Oh.
Hey, can you hear us now? You can hear us now, right? We're going to
Check.
take that as a yes.
Check.
I think we fixed it.
Again, hello. Welcome to the show. You good?
Oh, yep. It's working now.
Okay. Let's get rolling.
Got it.
Get rolling. Hello, I'm Scott.
I'm Trey.
And I'm Phil.
Ayo!
Yeah.
What it do, peoples?
It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. And it absolutely will not stop until you are dead. You know, anime.
Anime.
That's very, very true. And long after you were dead.
Long after.
right.
Yeah, it's just going to keep going. This is the last week of anime, and we were talking about Black Magic M66.
Yeah, boy.
Dude,
That's what they call
I
me.
can't wait.
That's
Can't
my-
wait to hear what you
Black
say.
Magic.
My alias.
Magic,
Beautiful black
magic.
I love it, man.
Well,
So what it do, boys? These lights is bright.
These lights is bright.
Uh-huh.
We brightened it up in here.
Yeah.
I
what
actually
do you
looks
think
a little
that
bit better for you guys.
it makes it look, better in general.
Yeah.
Except for our Tesseract.
I'm a little blown out.
Tesseract's a little wonky.
It's a little wonky
That's
now.
fine.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Nah,
It's okay.
we'll work
You'll
on
have to deal with our splotchy
Splotchy
Tesseract.
So, what you guys been up to?
Yeah, talk about it, Phil.
I haven't played a whole bunch of games. I did play some Curse of the Dead Gods.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool. I don't love it,
Mm,
but then again, it's no Hades.
it's no Hades.
You know,
No.
Uh,
It doesn't have the same pacing
Right.
and
Mhm.
rhythm.
it feels a little slow,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it does.
but it's cool.
yeah.
You know, I played through a couple of runs. I like it. I don't think I completely understand the curse system yet.
Yeah.
You know?
It I personally don't like it.
I know what you mean.
I feel
I know
like
what
you
you
just
mean.
get penalized
I
a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just another way to make the game more hardcore. But sometimes you get decent curses that while they'll like, okay, maybe your melee will go way down, but your riposte will be more
Crazy,
powerful.
yeah.
Yeah, right. And so that just adds another air of randomness.
Right.
Yeah. It's alright.
It's
I think
it's
Warm
okay.
Snow is way better.
Okay.
Yeah, by
Okay, yeah.
comparison. You know.
Yeah, I want to check that out. But what else did I do? So I've watched a bunch of stuff. I did not get around to watching the Atlanta season 3 finale, but that shit came out. Season 3 is weird. It's very weird. I mean, that show in general is weird, but it's fucking weird.
Okay.
This season's weird.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I told you about the episode of Kevin Samuels, right?
Yes. Yeah.
It's
Is he playing himself or
no, he's playing a character,
Okay.
but it's very much Kevin Samuels.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I watched the first 2 episodes of ObiWan.
Yeah. How's
Okay,
that?
what do
Yeah.
you think?
I mostly really like it.
Uh-oh.
Mostly. Yeah.
What's the parts that you don't like?
The Adventures of Kid Leia.
Oh.
Wait,
What?
what?
Right.
What?
right, guys. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just a little heavy-handed, and it seems a
Right.
little like cuz I mean, okay. Weird stuff. This happens directly after episode 3 pretty
You need
much,
to
right?
throw spoilers up here.
No, cuz this ain't really that big of a deal. I'm not
Okay.
making it I'm not getting into
Alright.
details, but they do a 4-minute retrospective of episode 1, 2, and 3, explaining the
Nope.
4 minutes. Okay, they condense all of the emotional journey between Obi-Wan and Anakin in 4 minutes. Like, you ever watched it?
Nope.
And I was
Wow.
laughing the whole time. I was just going, "You're fucking kidding me, right?" this is how you
It's kind of
start
like with
this
like
shit.
with Spider-Man movies.
Yeah,
how we have
kinda.
to go back through Uncle
you know,
Ben.
fucking
Yeah,
the
Arnold.
spider.
Yeah,
he used to
yeah.
wrestle. All right, let's move it on. Let's move it
Right,
on.
we
Like-
know.
Look, we know Bruce Wayne's parents get murdered.
Right, yeah, exactly, yeah.
That's kind of just in the cultural consciousness.
I mean, at the end of the 4 minutes, they pretty much stop it.
Well, I mean, they could have just
God.
condensed it into.
They take
he
it all
just-
the way to
He
none.
had the high ground.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, they
That's
show
what-
that part. They
I'm
really
sure they
do,
do.
do
Fuck
they
yeah,
actually
they do.
show the no?
Do
Please
they
say-
show the no? I don't think they show
I
the no.
hope
They
not.
just kind of show the sequence of him sitting up and
Right.
everything, but not him crushing the room with force anger.
Yeah, 'cause
which
I
is
saw,
tight.
I saw
That's
an
the thing.
interview with Hayden Christensen, and
Yeah.
they were just like, "Oh, well, what really made you reprise the role of Darth Vader?" And he was like, well, it was just a good opportunity. They asked me to do it. So
He's like, because I was working at a grocery store.
Yeah, I didn't have anything else going on.
They kept trying to like plug like, do you not think that maybe it was because of your physique and that maybe you resemble? He's like, well, they just asked me to do it, so it's a good opportunity to be Darth Vader again.
Hayden Christensen definitely does not resemble actual Vader.
No.
Who the fuck does? I mean, like,
not even James Earl Jones.
No. The guy that I can't think of the actual actor's name, but that motherfucker was like 6'2".
I think it would have to be the guy that plays Jason.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, totally. No, that's not the same guy. No,
I'm just saying, like,
but that's a good build.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
exactly.
totally.
Exactly. Get old Sandor Clegane.
Yeah, exactly.
Or is it Gregor? That's Sandor.
You're thinking of the Hound.
I'm thinking of the Mountain.
No, the Mountain's Gregor. Yeah, that's Gregor. I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is,
Sandor
is probably Vader's size.
Sandor is
Gregor
right.
is
yeah.
a mountain.
No, we're getting into Chewie territory.
Anyway, the show's pretty good, but they're trying to set up the relationship that Obi-Wan had with Leia previous to Episode 4, because
all brother fucky.
Yes, before that.
Wow.
Hey,
we didn't know that was weird yet. We didn't know that was weird yet.
Yep. It's my stepbrother.
They hadn't made that part up yet, man.
Oh my god. Is there? Never mind. I'm not going there.
Yeah, let's
Never
just.
Y'all know what I'm thinking.
We're
just gonna keep
Star
it there.
Wars actually an anime? Is it like, they're not related by blood,
right?
so it's okay.
It's fine. It's fine, guys.
But guys,
creepy
Don't
sister-
lived on two different planets.
My creepy half sister is suspicious.
Right. So stuff that I think is super cool. Pretty much everybody that they could get to reprise their roles have come back. Like the guy, I can't think of the actor's name, but it's the guy that played Uncle Owen in the prequels.
Really?
Yeah, like
he
came
old
back.
then.
No. In the
Oh, in the
original movie,
prequels.
sure. But the guy that plays
Okay.
it,
Yeah.
because that guy's. I mean, he's a pretty big actor. I just can't think of his name. He's been in a shit ton of stuff. He's awesome, and he plays the role really well. Ewan McGregor's doing a great fucking job because he's totally leaning in to that. Oh damn it, what's his name? Sir
Alec Guinness.
Yep, Guinness, dude. And like he's leaning into that feeling, and he's really selling it. But this is still a less tired version of him than you'd see in 4, for instance.
He hasn't quite gotten as blitzed out as he ends up being in Episode 4.
But also he's got like the guy that's Organa. What's his name? It's the
like his actual name?
No. Just I can't remember his first name. It's Lord
guy.
Organa. That
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
The one who's raising Leia. That guy's back too.
Cool.
All the actors that they could get to come back, they're back.
I mean,
and
why
they
would you
look
not
right.
at this point
Right,
in time,
that's
man?
the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like they're taking more care with Obi-Wan than they did with like Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett, though.
Thank
Well, I
God.
think Disney's just kind of hitting their strides with these
yeah.
IPs instead of
Yeah.
just like being like, okay, we're just going to over Disneyfy everything. And we're going to try to make a quick buck off
Right.
these things. It's like, oh, well,
This doesn't feel like a quick
actually,
buck.
yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
this is going to keep us rolling in the dough for
Well,
years and years and years
They've
to
had
come.
Obi-Wan in the oven for a lot longer.
A long time,
Right.
man. Yeah.
As well,
Yeah.
you know.
And it feels more like a traditional Star Wars event.
I think they're finally starting to get it.
Yeah.
You know, they're getting what people want, not only for new generations, but the people who made Star Wars as popular as it is, they ain't dead yet.
Yeah.
You know,
Totally.
and they still get excited whenever they hear that. Not fanfare, but whenever they hear.
Oh yeah.
Bro, I mean, all of a sudden it's just like, let's go! I
Yeah.
want it.
Go.
But now they always come in with their arms folded.
Right.
You know,
Right.
it's
Well,
like, how is this gonna suck?
no one hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans.
No, I know. Me
You know?
right here.
Yeah.
And see, I think that like they do a lot right with this, and they got the tone right, and they have all that. But there's another thing which I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about. Which is it still on the list? No,
You're
not
talking
on
about
the list.
the Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Jedi Survivor,
which is hype.
So the thing is that this Obi-Wan series is happening at the exact same time as what's going on with Fallen Order.
So we're gonna see Cal Kestis.
We're probably going to see Cal Kestis, or at least they're going to make reference to it, because the entire time frame here is basically, after Order 66, and after all that happens, And then the Jedi get spread across the galaxy, and Obi-Wan goes and hides in his hole in Tatooine to watch over Luke, right?
Yep.
The Inquisitors are out hunting the last remaining Jedi. Right. And so the Inquisitors are cool because they're pretty much like the last remnants of the Sith legacy, but they're completely detached from the old religion, like, because it's a new thing, and they're all the sons and daughters of Lord Vader, basically. You know what I mean? And that's what we get in Fallen Order. We get all this story about what's going on with that. This is exactly at that same time.
Think about how hard it is to convince people to go with you on a journey through the expanded universe of Star Wars when all they know is Luke and Leia and Vader.
Dude,
you know what I'm saying? Like, how difficult that actually really is.
Fuck
like,
yeah,
it's
dude.
easy to like complain about episodes 1 through 3, and it's easy to look at all these new IPs that they're creating from the Star Wars franchise, or these new shows they're creating from the IP.
Yeah.
And then be like, oh, it's not this, it's not that, but what they're doing is introducing you to. I mean, there's so much more. There's so much more lore, and I think that's positive, man.
Oh yeah.
Because you're gonna burn out if you're just only talking about these same little groups of people over and over and over again. And so, like Cal Kestis, I just love seeing. What's the name of the actor?
I can't think of that guy's name either.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but because he was in Shameless, and he's in a couple other things. But yeah, like that guy, since it's his likeness for Cal Kestis, he can just go right into his show, right? And it's so Obi-Wan really feels like the perfect. Like it's the perfect middle ground right here, because it bridges the story between episode 3 and episode 4, right? It really bridges that. It leaves it open to you getting around to talking about Ahsoka, and it also leaves it open to the connection to Cal Kestis. So you have all these things that use Obi-Wan as like a middle ground.
Right.
It's fucking great.
And then you can all of a sudden tie all of these things together.
Right.
And so you're able to tell stories just through different mediums.
Oh, yeah.
That are all a part of the bigger picture. And so, smart play.
This is the only thing that I'll say that's even slightly spoilery, and it's really not. It's really not, because we already know this about Obi-Wan. This Obi-Wan feels like Luke in The Last Jedi.
Okay.
And it almost justifies Luke in The Last Jedi just enough to where I'm going like, no, you're right. Luke did do the fucking same thing.
Well, isn't that kind of what
thing.
they're aiming for with a lot of their new shows and everything? It's like, okay, kind of like how they and I think it was Return of the Jedi, or maybe it was Empire. I think it was Jedi, where Vader basically alluded to a battle between he and Obi-Wan, that happened after the battle,
and
that
that's
we've
exactly what they're
exactly. So they kind of supplement, like, okay, well, here's what was referenced, basically filling in plot holes.
Right. Yeah. No, exactly, because they're filling in the plot hole of why Leia knew Obi-Wan prior to this. Right. Yeah. So that's a good one. They're filling in the plot hole of like what was the dynamic between Obi-Wan and Vader, knowing that they both, because that's the thing that gets revealed to Obi-Wan is that Anakin's still alive. Right. One of the Inquisitors fucking tells him, and it messes him up. Sure. Yeah. Because he's thinking about his friend burning. Right. You know what I mean?
It's like, I did that.
I thought I melted my buddy, but I guess
I had the high ground.
It was so obvious.
That's funny.
But no, all I'm saying is it's fucking good. I checked that out in honor of anime. I've been trying to watch other stuff. I started watching the newer Ghost in the Shell standalone complex series.
Are you talking about the season 3, the CG?
Well, it's
completely
not
CG one.
It is completely CG.
On Netflix?
Yes.
Okay.
It's and I guess it is season 3. I guess that's the way to put it.
It's basically.
I don't like it.
No, it's not good.
No, it's just not good. It's
really
just not fucking good.
Yeah.
Dude,
like from a storytelling perspective,
storytelling. I mean, it looks
the animation's fine. Actually,
okay.
I'd say it's one of the better 3D animated.
I think it feels a lot less like, in my opinion, it feels a lot less like standalone complex and a lot more like the Arise OVAs.
Yeah,
which the Arise OVAs
they're
look
fine,
great, but that's just not Kusanagi. Man.
Yeah,
that's
and
not,
the story is trash in this.
The story is garbage.
Like I watched 3-4 episodes in, and I was just going like, "Fuck, man,
yeah,
come on,
man.
how'd you guys?"
I couldn't finish it.
But they got all the original voice actors, and they got all the stuff, and it's all right in all the right places, and then they just fucking drop the ball.
I think that can be like the big downfall of Netflix's big anime push. I feel like it's all happening too fast.
Yeah.
You know, and so some of these things end up being half baked. It's like, okay, they're animation studios, they're kicking ass. That's fine.
Right.
But everything else is going to be just kind of paper thin, you know, in order to get it out as fast as possible because they're trying to turn over a profit.
Well, it's
as
like
fast
some of
as
the Castlevania stuff, right?
Right.
Like I think Castlevania is a hype series.
It's great,
but it could have been more fleshed out with the story. You know,
it could have been
really,
a little tighter.
Right. That's it. Yeah. And this just feels shitty to me in comparison to all the other Ghost in the Shell.
Oh yeah.
But I will say, like, low tier Ghost in the Shell is still better than most things. Right. So it's like
heard that.
You know. Also, just saying, Iana has found a love for Pac-Man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Did you show her 20th anniversary?
No, I did. She's just been playing Miss Pac-Man on my Vita.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, because I got a Super Nintendo emulator.
Blow
on
her
there.
head out of her skull real quick.
She's been fucking it up, dude.
Yeah?
Like at first she wasn't getting it because you know Pac-Man, like you have to input those turns before you get there,
Right?
And so it wasn't clicking with her, and she was getting really frustrated with it. And I was like, come on, calm down. Try it out. It's an arcade game. You just put another quarter in. You keep playing. That's the way these games work. And I explained it to her. I was like, you've seen me play shooters. You've seen me play this stuff. You die, you start over. You die, you start over. It's fine. That's the way these games work.
Yep.
Right.
And once she got past that being discouraged about it and she started getting it, then all of a sudden she's sitting over there. She's like, I beat the level. Now I'm at a blue stage. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And so now she understands it and gets to see the wacky little cutscenes with the ghosts trying to chase Miss Pac-Man and everything. Like, fuck yeah. Yep. But she has been playing it on the Vita itself because I mean that is perfect size for her little hands.
Yeah, hell yeah.
God, dude,
That's awesome.
It's better on an arcade stick. That's all.
Oh,
I'm saying.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
totally.
have to hook her up with that and let her try it out.
You get
Yeah,
one of those tiny arcade cabinets.
Oh, I actually really wanted to get one of the little miniature ones of Miss Pac-Man
Oh,
for
yeah.
so she could jam on it.
I mean,
Yeah.
especially for her current age
Yeah,
and
dude.
height.
Yeah, that would be great.
Uh-huh.
It's like,
It's
yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, those are usually cheap
It's like
secondhand.
$100 maybe.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, secondhand?
Secondhand,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's super cheap.
people basically throw them away.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
They get them for novelty and then never use them. Then they're just in the way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry to talk so long.
Oh,
what
no,
have you
no.
guys
What,
been
please?
doing? What you guys
Oh,
been-
no,
Oh yeah, that's
keep
what we
it
do
up.
here.
That's
That's
what we
going on.
do.
That's what we do.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Isn't that what we're supposed to do here?
That is the goal.
Yeah.
So what's been happening with you, Trey?
Oh man, I've had a weird week. One of the things we'll get to here in just a moment, but as far as media and trying to enjoy what little time I've had to enjoy, I watched all of Love, Death, and Robots.
Oh, the third season, man.
Season 3. Yeah, I binged it in
I
one
watched
sitting.
through 2 because I never did, and I did that like a
Isn't
week
it
and a half ago.
incredible?
2 was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to get caught up.
Dude,
Right.
Season 2 starts off with the vacuum bot. Dude, that is so gold. It is
There's that guy next door that's cleaning his gun,
watching
like
her do
behind the
yoga.
fence, and he's over there doing this,
she's doing
and she
yoga.
looks over at him, and she's like,
And so, but season 3 is lit, man.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of that series
Yeah.
as a whole.
Oh,
It does have a very
There's
like.
one that I keep seeing the preview for.
Oh
that's
yeah,
like
with the lady in gold.
like the Malaysian kind of like.
That's the very last one.
Dude, it looks
and-
so fucking good.
Yeah. Sometimes it does. It kind of messes with you because it's like, is this live action?
Yeah,
It's like,
man.
no, it's not. It's animation. But as far as the motion itself, it's just it's perfect.
It's fucking flawless.
Yeah. And there is some little scenes that kind of leave you in the uncanny valley,
Yeah.
but in most cases you just feel like you're watching film. And yeah, have you watched any of it?
I think I got through most of the first season.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, I need to get caught up.
Yeah, I
just
just
need
it's
to
one of
do
those
it.
shows that I find hard to turn off. You
Yeah.
know, it's what like once we started season 3, like we just hammered them out because we're talking about episodes that are like 11 minutes long.
Right. Right. I
Some
know
of
they're not
them
long.
on the longer end is like 16 minutes, right? And
none
so-
of them are more than 20 minutes long.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's very easy just to binge them all.
Totally.
But that also means that in a lot of ways things kind of tend to blur together. So I won't go into spoilers because each episode is its own surprise, its own reward. Everyone watch that shit, okay?
Love, Death, Robots.
Love, Death, and Robots. Absolutely. Watch it all. Watch it all. And watch it again after you watch the first time.
Seriously.
I started watching Thunderbolt Fantasy a little bit again because I feel like last week I would have had like I was like super busy and didn't have a chance to really go back through it.
Right.
And that conversation would have gone a little bit deeper had a lot of these smaller details been fresher on my mind after going through and watching it, a few times over. there is a lot of subtle complexity to that story. But they just throw it at you kind of fast.
About to say, it can be kind of easy to get lost in like what's like happening instead of like paying attention what the subtext or like.
Right. Well,
because I mean, there's so many jokes and there's so many and you're just kind of trying to keep up.
Right. Because I mean, in the beginning of some episodes, they'll just be like, "Here's a whole shit ton of lore."
Right.
Real fast. Right. And it's like you learn about things historically, as far as like all these swords and the sword index, how they were all created by different nations in order to channel demons, and so they're just trying to collect these things so these demons don't roam the planet, because they seal the souls of demons within these swords.
Oh shit.
Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
They're all soul edges.
They're all. One of them actually looks like soul edge, but
really?
yes, they are all literally soul edge. Which is a funny thing because when I watch that show, that's what I think about Soul Calibur.
Oh yeah.
The whole
totally,
time I'm just like, man, this is Soul Calibur the anime
Yeah.
done right. And so yeah, we started watching. I think maybe like we binged like 4 episodes because it's just so fucking good. I also watched. Did you know that Ricky Gervais has a new stand-up?
Yeah, totally.
Did you watch it?
No, not yet.
It's banger.
Yeah.
It's banger. This man, you can tell he's like, I mean, if motherfuckers are out there getting canceled, why aren't y'all canceling me?
Really,
dude, so because
why can't I have a weekend?
I mean, that's just him.
Yep.
He aims to offend, and he's just like, well, that's part of comedy, and that's what we do. So just know that and buckle up, Buttercup. That is a Michael Houghton special. I have to use these quotes now. Got to keep them going. Yeah. He likes buckle up, Buttercup. Yeah, he likes fuck nugget. All right, we'll talk about that. But as far as I really haven't had a lot of time, but I did find that I really missed Horizon Forbidden West. Yeah, because remember when
I thought you finished it.
No. Remember, I was trying to rush through it,
right?
Because Elden was coming out a week later, and I really truly believed in my heart of hearts that I was going to be able to finish it in a week.
Oh, you sweet
and
summer
then,
child!
I know. So foolish am I? So foolish.
In
and so,
hindsight,
I think I'm at like 96 hours. Because I mean, it's so good. So I'm on the final chapter of it now.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I could close it out right now, but I'm gonna go and do some other things. There's been some
weapons
tragedies.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, even though my loadout is pretty much what I like right now as it stands. But I'm broke as shit, so I gotta get some more money so I can afford more ammunition for all my shit and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I unlocked a Sunwing. Are y'all gonna play the game? No,
I know.
Probably.
Yeah, it's like one of the flying birds. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you can actually because what you do is you go to these areas called cauldrons, and when you go to a cauldron,
totally. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you download the basically the ability to hack into different robots. Yeah. And unlike the first game where you can only hack like
you're
a
their
certain
access
amount,
codes or
exactly
whatever.
right. You can basically get a hack for every single robot in the game.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
even
That's
some of those giant motherfuckers, you can hack them. And so so I think that's the biggest benefit of New Game Plus. It's like, okay, well, there's a big ass clamberjaw over there. I'm just gonna go and hack that, and now I got this big beast on my side.
Shit,
what you
I
want to
never
do
thought
about that?
That's great.
You know what I'm saying? And so,
what up, Zaylin?
What up, Zaylin?
What is up?
What it do? Welcome.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah, man.
Welcome to the chat.
Yeah, welcome to the chat. And so, yeah, man, I've just been cracking out on that because, like, it's like it's one of those weird things where you think you've seen how beautiful the game can get until it takes you further into its world, right? Like, I was sitting there just looking at the water like I tend to do, and I was following the river, and at one point in the river, the water kind of started like swirling, like you can. It's kind of like if
like
you've
little
ever,
eddies.
If you ever floated down the stream, you learn that you can read water, right? You can read the depth of the water by the surface of the water. The way the surface behaves. At one point, it was like kind of swirling around. I was like, oh, what is that? And of course, it was an underground cavern deep underneath it. And I'm like, how did they figure out exactly how water works so perfectly to make it to the point that you can read it?
I'm impressed at the edges of the water.
Oh,
like most games fuck that up really bad, but it looks nice and smooth. It looks like the crest comes in and
the sea foam
little
comes
sea
up.
foam.
Yeah, and so, but once I got that Sunwing, so basically you can get this Sunwing, which is a giant fucking bird that you can call it, and it just grabs you with its talons and just throws you onto its back, and she's like, oh, I got to get used to that. And you can fly over like deep ocean, ocean, and the way that the waves interact with one another, like when you see like really deep ocean, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's like the best shit ever. And so, so I've just been, really kind of experimenting with that Sunwing because I don't want to wrap this up now that I finally got this awesome ass bird. And so I've been doing that. I'm gonna probably finish that this weekend. I'll probably stream the ending if y'all are interested in watching that shit. Outside of that, little Final Fantasy here and there.
Nice.
Just to pass the time. You know what I'm saying? Just bond with some friends and kind of enjoy that.
But you said you're buying that on PC.
Yeah. I've been playing I started playing on the PS3, and then moved on to the PS4.
That's
and
crazy.
Now playing on
me.
PS5.
Started on the PS3.
Yeah,
I can't even fucking believe it.
Dude, I never owned a PS3 before 14 came out. PS3 was one of my least favorite consoles. Just overall.
Wow, really?
Yeah. I mean, not only was it absolutely massive and an eyesore until like the second revision, but a lot of the PS3 library I thought it was okay.
Do you remember that motherfucker that made a griddle out of the original PS3?
Oh yeah,
yeah. It was like a
cooking an egg.
George Foreman grill or whatever.
Dude, those things were huge, and then it had that curved top, so you couldn't really put anything on. You couldn't stack it.
I will be on top.
So, no, I actually got one that was broken.
Yeah.
And I fixed it.
Cool.
The disc drive was jacked, but I could still play games off the hard drive.
Oh, I remember that, dude. Yeah.
And so, that was the whole purpose for having it was just for Final Fantasy 14. And spent time playing that, and then I got the PS4 version, upgraded to PS5 version, but unfortunately it's still basically an upscaled PS4 version. And so running at like 4K 60 is not a thing. You can run at 4K 30, and
it's 1440 60.
Exactly.
Yeah, which looks good.
Which looks fine. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But you can crank it on that PC.
But if I play it on Hakumen, then the white void's coming through. So I'm gonna once it's on sale, I'm gonna get it on my PC as well, and then just have it.
You're Black Magic, I'm the White Void. How's that?
I like that. Need the cold steel.
We'll get to it.
Yeah, man. So I mean, that's about it.
Yeah.
It's been an interesting week. Yeah. And so, what about you, Scoot?
I've been celebrating the season, man. I've just been watching a shit ton of anime.
Watching a shit ton.
How's that different from any other time?
I have an excuse now.
It's anime.
Yeah, exactly. I have a justification for
He's
doing
gonna be watching anime
else.
in June. He's gonna be last month was anime.
Yeah,
man.
Gotta catch up.
Well, I gotta get caught up. All the new shit's coming out.
By December, it's like I gotta get ready for anime.
But no, last week I felt like I watched a lot of sad shows because like Princess Tutu, I love Duck.
That's sad.
She's
You were talking about that.
I was talking about that last week. I mean, like Duck, the main character, is like a ball of joy, but like the rest of the show is really fucking sad.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, I need something a little lighter. So I had been hearing good things about Snow White with the red hair, so I watched that. It's not, little low-key, sweet little romance, has nothing to do with Snow White.
Okay.
Literally,
It's just called that.
Is
Okay.
she pale
She's
at
got
least?
red hair.
That's it.
I mean, she's anime pale.
Yeah. Okay.
So
yes.
So yes. Yeah.
So
right.
basically, I mean, it's a sweet little love story, man. It's cute. It's nice. It's a very nice show. Nothing's gonna blow
cheer
your
you up.
mind. Yeah. You just want to throw something on, have it on in the background. It's perfectly fine. You look up, and they might be doing the girl's too good to be true, and the prince is he's best boy, so he's just a good boy. And it's just a nice little series. And then I fucked it up because I started watching X.
Oh, the series?
Yeah, the series.
I haven't seen the series in a long time.
The series is so good.
Kamui.
I'm
trying to remember. I keep thinking Samurai X, and then I keep thinking about
X
that.
is like there's those two groups. There's the Dragons of Heaven and the Dragons of Earth.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And they're
They
fighting
make those-
over like this one dude who's like the chosen one or
Right.
whatever.
Kamui.
Right.
Kamui.
But then there's also the other Kamui.
there's another Kamui.
And the man, there's this one part in the movie that I love so much
Clamp does
because
used
they
to do some fuck shit.
Yeah, but they don't try to distinguish. It's not like it's like Kamui of Heaven, Kamui of Earth. They don't say any of that.
No.
They just call them both fucking Kamui. And there's this time where they say Kamui easily 15 times in this one sentence, and they're referring to the two of them back and forth. well, Kamui, because Kamui did the Kamui.
Yeah.
And I'm going,
Like,
all right,
it's great.
show me a picture. Can
Yeah,
you fucking
exactly. Can we at least put the Kamui we're talking about on screen?
just please?
you know, which is why we have Kamui Dash.
Kamui
Right.
You know, like,
yeah, there you go.
So yeah, watching
Nice.
the watching X. Still kind of watching
Yeah.
that.
So do you like the movie or the series more?
I think the movie is more visually. Like visually, it
But the
looks
story's
a lot better.
better in the show.
The story's
Yeah.
better in the show.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think because
I
they're
agree
not
with you on
trying to slam all of it into a.
The movie kind of doesn't make sense,
It kind of not.
you know.
No. You just kind of have to be like, yeah, whatever. I'm just here for the art.
But from what
but-
I'm to understand, the movie, the series, and the manga are all pretty different.
Yeah, I mean, from what I know.
Yeah.
I know the series.
The series and the movie is definitely
very different.
And apparently the manga is a whole different thing too.
Hey man, Clamp,
So.
like I said, Clamp used to do that fuck shit.
They do whatever they
They
want, man.
just did whatever the fuck they wanted. You know.
Yeah, I remember X.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know X.
Yeah.
You know X.
I haven't seen this in forever.
Dude,
Seriously.
it's so good.
Mhm.
So good. But beyond that, I started watching Decadence.
I don't know about that.
That show is fucking weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so Immortal Engines,
Okay.
but there's only one of them,
Okay.
and it transforms into
So Howl's Moving Castle? Okay.
you know, last remnants of
Calcifer.
humanity are in this, like, live in the tank.
Okay.
And they have to use the monster. They have these big giant monsters that are constantly trying to kill everybody.
So it's
And
about
they have to suck the blood out of the monsters to power the fortress.
Wait, it's a
And-
castle that's fueled by blood?
Yeah, yeah, it's
I
green
love
blood.
it.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
up?
But that's just like the first layer. It gets fucking weird.
All right,
dude.
so where's Vlad Tepes?
Oh shit!
Uh-huh.
I wish. But
Crying.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you,
Oh,
look,
come
man,
on, dude.
Cry.
Come on. Oh, man. 'Cause he is,
Accurate.
though.
Accurate.
He is. He's, like,
He is.
he's waiting to die.
Yeah. But no, Decadence. Watch the first episode. If you like
Yeah.
the first episode, you're
Fucking
probably gonna like the series.
Castle fueled by blood.
Castle
I'm
fueled
fucking
by
down.
blood.
Like,
On it.
People flipping
Right.
around like Attack on Titan.
Oh, cool.
They got
Yeah,
these
yeah.
like giant like cauldron
So when you say-
ball-looking things on their back that help
Yeah.
them float around.
Okay.
And then
okay.
the way they kill the monsters is they have these like hydraulically propelled
love it.
like
a spike that comes
needles.
out?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they're like needles because they're hollow
What
on
am I
the
thinking?
inside.
like
so
the
they
power
jab it-
fist from Fallout,
Kind
but
of,
it's like
you know, and they just jab those like giant fucking needles that are like this big.
Oh, they're big
around.
hypodermic needles,
They're big
'cause they're trying to
hypodermic
suck out the
'cause
blood.
They're trying to suck out
Right.
the blood because their cauldron ball things are also fueled by the blood.
Okay. So they're constantly
And
draining
again,
blood from these...
that's just the first layer of this show. okay?
conceptually, I'm very down.
There's
with this.
a lot of other stuff
Yeah.
that just gets
What-
piled
what-
on. And
just-
by the second episode, if you don't say what the fuck, you're not paying attention.
Well,
okay.
what are the monsters? You
Scott-
said monsters. What you mean?
Scott, I'm so happy to hear your voice back.
I know. I don't
Oh
sound
yeah,
like I'm
I didn't think about
15.
that.
It's been a while.
Yeah. This motherfucker loud again.
He laughed again. Welcome back, baby.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, man.
It's good to be back. Guess who's back?
Back again.
Scooter's back.
Who's back?
Tell your friends.
So yeah, Decadence is interesting. And
Well, but monsters. What do you mean monsters? Like what
So-
kind of?
Monsters, man.
Yeah.
They're-
What type of
they're-
monsters?
like that, there are different types.
Okay.
Like
I
Wolfman.
think
Yeah.
that I know
Guts
you guys
Man?
haven't seen Love Alternative.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
Doesn't
so
know
I
what that
mean,
is.
I don't know what else to really.
I mean,
point
is
to.
it a dinosaur? Does it have tentacles?
Some
Is
of
it
them
what
look
we
like,
got?
Some of them have tentacles.
Yeah.
Is it a
Some
giant,
of-
oversized bear with
Yeah.
metal claws?
Not necessarily a bear.
Why?
It's like a kind of alligator mixed with a blue humpback whale kind
Oh,
of thing.
jeez.
Damn, that's not
It's
good.
No.
Real big.
Can it go on land?
And I don't know. I don't know how to describe. They're very colorful monsters.
Okay. So unique.
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 It's a very unique show, man.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. I'll take that. Just
we're checking out.
everything's fueled by blood. So.
Everything's fueled by blood. Everything.
You'd think it'd clot.
And that's
in
ground
the
level.
engine.
Oh well, they got like
What?
propellers that stir it, like filter it through.
That was Seinfeld. That was another Seinfeld one. You remember when Kramer had all the blood and then he was driving the car because he didn't trust. He got a whole bunch of blood drawn, and then he was taking it to somebody to give him a transfusion or whatever. But he didn't trust them to take the blood, like the hospital to handle the blood properly. And so he's driving down the road, and then his car starts to overheat. So and to cool it down, he starts filling the radiator with blood. Yeah, that's a good one. Sorry.
So like that.
Like that. Kramer's there?
Yeah, that's a good show.
Decadence, though. That's
Decadence.
What it's called. Okay,
Decadence.
cool.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, Cotton Fantasy came out.
Oh, yeah,
So I've been
totally.
playing the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
Dude. It's really good. It doesn't have the grab mechanic.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, it's weird, man. I think the only one because the first Cotton didn't have.
No, I started.
it?
Yeah, I started watching that. I started watching that.
fucking
Yeah,
weird.
this show is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally wild.
Dude.
Was it by Netflix?
No, that's
Where did
I think that's with Studio.
Okay, yeah, it is Wit Studio.
Yeah. Or
because
Nut.
it was on.
That's
No,
what it is,
I found
Nut.
it on Hulu.
That's right.
Yeah, it was on Hulu for a little while. No, dude, I totally forgot about this, and I meant to go back and finish
Yeah,
it
dude.
because that shit is sick.
It's really good.
It's really good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's some hype shit.
Yeah, totally. Thank you for bringing that back
yes.
up.
Oh,
Thank you for
Decadence.
reminding me. Yeah.
Decadence.
Okay.
Fucking watch
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. I was
Recommended?
like, this all sounds
Okay.
familiar,
Scooter
but
approved.
Scooter approved.
That's what we need.
That's a shirt.
Really?
That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Scooter
Scooter approved.
Exactly.
I also want to do shirts that say "I'm the fourth player."
Oh, yeah.
The
Nice.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. But no, Cotton Fantasy.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
really, it's really good. I mean, if you like Cotton, it's that, but it just looks better.
Oh, cute
Right.
'em ups.
Oh, and it's actually translated, so now I know what's
nice.
going
Nice.
on.
Uh-huh.
So this is a re-release of
No,
a previous
this is a
Cotton
brand
game,
new
or is it a
game.
brand new one? Okay,
Brand new game.
got it.
Because I started looking through the library of other Cotton games because I played what is it, Cotton 100% and
Yeah.
Cotton something and something, but I hadn't played Panorama.
Panorama,
Right?
yeah.
So that's the one that you were talking about. That's more
Uh-huh.
like Space Harrier.
Yeah,
You know,
it's kind of
like
a Space
that kind of style
Harrier,
thing.
Star Fox. It's
But
from that perspective.
You know what I didn't realize though
What's
is
that?
that was a Genesis game.
Oh, really?
Right.
Wow.
Which one?
Cotton Panorama.
Panorama.
Yeah. So seriously, it's like Space
I
Harrier.
never took the time to get into cute 'em ups, man.
Yeah.
It was always so odd to me. I'm like,
You didn't play
why
Death
are
Smiles?
there? I did play Death Smiles.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm like,
Wallace smile back.
it was just always kind of weird to me. I'm like, what? Do we need waifus here? I thought
Right.
we were machines over here
Right.
destroying some shit.
Yeah.
You
Look,
know, like,
look,
I mean, I
man,
like
look,
being a
you
spaceship
see-
personally.
yeah, that's what you know.
The
You're-
Vic Vipers, my man.
You're asking
I
the
kinda like
wrong
Sector Z.
question, man.
Yeah.
It's because the answer to do we need waifus here is yes.
It's always yes.
the correct question is how many more
How
waifus
many
can
more
we fit
waifus
into the
can
game?
you?
I think
And
this
that's one of
maid
the
I
things
hired
about
is
this new one is you
suspicious.
don't just play as Cotton. You play as there's other characters that you can go.
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
There's
totally.
like-
Uh-huh. Yeah,
So-
there's that in some of the other Cotton
I
games.
think they're
Yeah.
like in 2 you can maybe
I think
do
you're
it.
right
You
about
can
that,
maybe
yeah,
play
'cause
as the
there's,
other witch girl.
Right, and there's
Yeah.
also a fairy.
That's Silk. That's Cotton's friend. who,
Right,
like
right.
just kind of floats around with
so,
him. Yeah.
so this means that you, since you have that PSVR, you can play Yuki.
Oh, Yuki is
I
hot.
really should.
You know?
Yeah, I really should. I need to plug that back in, man.
I
really
you know
do.
what? I hate that you unplugged it because I thought about that. I was like, once he unplugs it, he's not gonna plug it back up.
Yeah, I'll
It's gonna sit in that box
I'll,
now.
I'll plug it back up. I promise. I'll play. There was just so much other stuff that I wanted to do this
Yeah,
week, you know.
right.
So
It'd be like that.
Yeah, it'd be like that. But yeah, that's it for me, man. You want to get into news jutsu?
News jutsu.
You gotta you talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves. Yeah, it's been a weird week, man. Like the world is in flames. I'm talking about people just I don't know. You know, a lot of lot of loss.
A lot of loss.
A lot of loss. Every week it
Gonna
seems
have
to
to
be.
start
and
this news out off on a couple of sad notes,
You
man.
know?
Some sad.
Yes.
Right. Hold on a second. Let me get it working. Because it doesn't want to show the right window.
What
Why
happened?
didn't we do this
No, it's
before
just
the show?
I meant to.
He's
I
like,
just
no, I'll
didn't.
just wait till we're live. That's a good time to fix all
well,
this
once
stuff.
we were
Let's-
live and I realized I hadn't
let's
done it, I couldn't do
troubleshoot.
it then.
Right.
There's no
Live.
trouble. I know what's going on.
We just shooting.
Stop badgering me.
Ain't no trouble. Just shoot.
Badger.
You know, and so rest well, King Michael Houghton, friend of mine, known him since middle school actually.
Yeah.
He is also a member of 3-player mode.
Yeah,
you
I
know.
followed it,
Yeah. Well, I mean, he participated in a lot of shows,
Participated,
man. You know, and so
Absolutely.
we definitely chatted with him. You know, he was struggling with some health issues and passed away this past Wednesday, and so survived by his son Will and his son Michael. You know, both of them look just like their daddy. You know, so his legacy lives on. Even though he's like a more edgy version of them boys. You know,
Oh.
yeah. You know, when you
Yeah.
look at his face, if you see his sons, man, it's wild because they're definitely his kids. Heather, his wife, in that top right photo. Yeah, man. That's gonna be that's a heavy loss.
Indeed.
It's a heavy loss. He's too young. That is his cat Loki over there, who is like a twin to my cat Goki. It's kind of weird.
I see.
Yeah, well, we both got our cats individually, and it just happened to be that our cats are like the same kitty.
Yeah.
You know,
Same-
it's the same
cat.
kitty. Yeah, dude. Yeah, and so it's pretty amazing. But yeah, rest well,
Rest in
sir.
peace.
Rest in peace,
Absolutely.
Rest in peace, man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Huge loss.
And so this episode's for you, cuz.
That's right.
Yeah,
This one's for you, Michael.
it's for you, brother.
And then
Another
we,
loss.
Leota.
And then
Ray
Ray
Liotta died.
Yeah.
How old was he?
76.
76.
76.
Yep. Ray Liotta, man.
Yeah. So what's your favorite Ray Liotta role?
You know what my fucking favorite Ray Liotta
Say
role is? His fucking Johnny Depp's dad in Blow.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like it.
Johnny Depp's dad in Blow.
Hell
I
yeah.
Dude,
like it.
Yeah, that
That's
one.
solid. That's
Dude,
good.
man.
That's fire. That's
He's
fire.
so fucking awesome in that movie.
He's really good. I mean, he's awesome in everything.
Oh,
but
yeah. Mhm.
what's yours?
Oh, man, I'm basic. Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. Yeah, man, that
I mean,
shit's great.
that's
Yeah.
solid.
Great, though. Yeah.
Also,
You think about the scene when the cops are coming into the house and they start flushing all the coke.
Oh,
and everything?
yeah.
yeah. Mine has to be Tommy Vercetti, dude, in GTA 5. Or not GTA
yeah.
5.
Yeah.
GTA Vice City.
Vice City,
Yeah,
dude.
Tommy Vercetti. That would be
Yeah.
my favorite Ray
Uh-huh.
Liotta. You
Man.
know, a lot
See,
of people forget that was
I forget
him.
he was in that.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, he was the main character, man. That was him. The whole fucking ride. That brutal son of a
Liotta's
bitch.
always been one of those actors that just kind of randomly pops up, and I'm like, wait, I know who that is.
Oh, shit, it's Ray Liotta.
That's Ray
Yeah.
Liotta. Uh-huh.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
He's
kind of like
kinda
Michael Madsen.
surprised, yeah.
Michael Madsen just kind of pops up out of nowhere. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Totally.
But yeah, rest in peace.
What's the last thing that he's done? He did
He was
something
filming a
pretty-
movie. He was filming a movie in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
I forgot who he was shooting with. It wasn't like J-Lo. It was somebody of that caliber, though. But he was working on a new film. But I haven't seen him in much in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
'Cause, I mean, he didn't have to work.
No, he doesn't.
You know? Goodfellas done.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like dude,
Set for
he's
life
set
there.
for life.
Was he
yeah.
in The Irishman?
I feel
Because
like
they brought
he
all
should
them,
have been
them boys back, didn't
right. I can't remember him specifically.
I don't think he was. I know Pesci was.
they? Pesci was,
course,
and
De
De
Niro,
Niro
of
was,
course.
and Al Pacino was in it, and fucking
Yeah, I don't know if he was in there. I mean, he should have been if he wasn't, right?
seriously.
And so,
Well,
the first question that people ask: does Scorsese like Ray Liotta?
I'm gonna say yeah.
well, that's
let's
the thing.
assume yes.
Well, no, I mean, there's an article from the Guardian saying Ray Liotta, why I haven't worked with Scorsese since Goodfellas.
It's like I can't stand his fucking eyebrows.
Probably. They're always fucking staring at me.
He's staring at me.
You know? Can't get
man.
past them to the eyes.
Everybody
know?
go watch some Ray Liotta films.
Go
Yeah,
play some
do
Vice
it.
City and take that
Do it.
chainsaw to somebody's ass.
Shit.
And then
Speaking of violence.
Yeah.
Vangelis died.
Yeah.
Now, if y'all don't know who Vangelis is, he's made a shit
You
ton
know,
of music.
you know who he is.
You,
You just
fucking
don't know that
who
you
he
know.
is. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
like honorable. You know, I mean, he made all the music in Blade Runner. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like he's
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean this Vangelis, and then what's that other guy's name? The French guy. the one that did Neverending Story. Like the two.
Look around.
Yeah, dude. Those two motherfuckers made the '80s sound like they did. You know what I mean? We're talking about '80s synth classic amazingness.
You know what else Vangelis made that is definitely worth noting?
Oh.
Chariots of fucking Fire.
Fucking Chariots of Fire, dude.
Chariots of Fire,
yeah,
dude.
seriously.
Yeah.
Even if you most people know the song way more than they know the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, they know the song without even knowing the name of the song.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. Dude. You know Chariots.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Vangelis, man.
And so, yeah.
Well,
And we're going to just get through the
these
misery
guys
just as
were-
fast
yeah,
as possible,
this is
man.
some
So, yeah.
condolences to the families.
to the families
'cause
of
this is some fuck
19
shit.
children and 2 adults
Mm-hmm.
that were slain by a evil son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's a lot going on surrounding this thing, and so just pay attention and
Just
don't.
go check out the info if you want to know about it. But this is
Yeah.
a fucking tragedy.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
it's everywhere. You can't really avoid it. You're
Yeah.
gonna see a lot of information about this, and probably a lot of misinformation about it, because there are a lot of people who are trying to cover their own asses. So do some research, but we're sending out our hearts, sending out positive energy, healing energy to the families of
Indeed.
the kids from Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas.
Uvalde, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go.
Let's,
Because I could definitely I could deep dive that one, and
I don't think we need
let's
to.
not do it.
Let's not do it.
Let's
Just
not do it.
Condolences.
Absolutely.
Condolences.
And also, don't remember that fucker's name.
No, I don't. Mm-mm.
Forget it.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Not worth it.
Nope.
Speaking of
Fuckers.
now, here's the other side of it. Okay, so EA is looking to sell.
Okay.
Or looking to merge. So they've been acquiring different studios, which is kind of what a lot of these big companies do in order to boost their value.
Oh, yeah,
So they
yeah.
can
Buy a
sell.
bunch of shit. Yeah.
Right.
Look
exactly.
at all these things we have.
Exactly.
Right.
And look at the legacy of our
Look
name.
at all of our IP.
And well, and this is EA, right? So I mean,
Right.
these are kings of monetization, and that's what they do
No
is nickel and dime that
joke.
ass, right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they're looking to sell or merge with a large company. You know, after looking at the Activision buyout, they're just like, you know what? These CEOs are like, we
can
can
do
just take
that.
our money and run.
That's right.
Like that's an option. And so EA is on the table. And I
Has
would
anybody
say
expressed any interest?
Well,
Not
they've
yet.
pitched
Not
it
yet.
towards really interesting parties here, like Amazon.
Yes.
And
Amazon
who can
makes
afford them?
kinda
That's the
sense.
thing.
Yeah, that's the
to
thing.
afford, because EA is not
Oh,
gonna
Amazon
sell.
can afford them.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
right? It's like, but you can't. EA is not going to sell for cheap.
No.
Sony may or may not be interested. You know,
I don't want Sony to pick up EA.
Well, the other side of it is EA gets to almost rebrand. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because
Yeah,
if
yeah.
Sony picks them up, then all of a sudden their monetization practices will probably change dramatically. You know, because Sony's like, well, we're making the money. Don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Now we just got Madden.
Yeah.
What you want? You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
so that's a big deal. I would see, if anybody, I would see Amazon. I would see Microsoft. Because I mean that's really kind of more of a Western. They're more of a Western developer than anything
Yeah.
else, and Sony seems to be leaning more into the Eastern side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
they
I
did,
agree.
you know, kind of had this. I hate to say merger acquisition or partnership with Bungie.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Which they've already said that they have. Anyway, whatever. That's another piece of news. But EA, I mean, if someone were to purchase them, that might be the best thing for us as gamers to almost reclaim the glory that EA once kind of had.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
before they nickeled and dimed us out of caring about them as a whole. So
I mean, like with me, I think the only thing that bothers me, or that I'm curious about how it's going to work out, is Respawn. Yeah, because I mean, you know, like
right.
Jedi Survivor and all this stuff, you know, that's in the works.
Yeah.
Which they've confirmed
Of course, you got
Jedi
more
Survivor
control.
is just next gen, by the way.
Right.
But I
Yeah.
just wonder whether that's like with the situation with Bethesda, for instance. You know, we got a situation with Ghostwire Tokyo where that was already an exclusive, and then, you know, they were bought by Microsoft, and so now it's just a timed exclusive, and it will be coming out over here. And I don't want something fucky to happen with some of the really, that's the only title I care about is this, you know.
Well, then just pray that Microsoft doesn't pick them up.
Right, because that's the only way that it would be exclusive is if Microsoft picks them up, and I could see them going for it.
Right,
man.
I could totally, like, that is this is my prediction that Microsoft's going to scoop them up. Because I mean, really, for their player base. I mean, those are your biggest Madden fans. Well, you know, I think FIFA does better on PlayStation.
But they lost FIFA, right? Right. So they don't have FIFA anymore.
Exactly.
EA lost the exclusivity to Star Wars games.
Right.
They can still make them, but they don't have exclusive rights to them.
Exactly.
Other people can make.
So it's all about Madden.
Right.
You know? It's all about Madden. It's all about the Need for Speed franchise.
Yeah.
Which, have they done anything with that franchise?
Yeah,
there's been a hot pursuit lately.
No,
there
Need
was
for Speed Heat came out a couple years ago.
Yeah,
Heat was amazing. He was really, really good. Now, I mean, it had some.
We don't hang around Richard anymore, so we don't know, right?
Dude, I mean,
exactly.
I'm a huge arcade racing fan. But I mean, the issue with Heat was that it had really awful rubber banding. So the cops, like, no matter where you are, you're like
gonna get on that
180
ass.
miles per hour, and they're just there.
They're like,
And
no,
it's like, where did you
no.
come from? Like, what? I got blue past you.
We got
just
rocket cops over
yeah,
here.
seriously. And for me, that breaks it, dude. I hate rubber banding in racing games. If I got the lead, I earned my lead. Let me hold it. If they pull some shit and manage to, like, cut me off like a Hot Pursuit, you know what I'm saying, where they'll have, like, spike strips and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool. Level the playing field. But if you got a helicopter, that's cool.
But they're teleporting on you at this point.
And that's like, nay.
No.
But then that means that the old Criterion team, you know, they're still under that umbrella, which also means that we could see somebody could decide to bring Burnout back, you know, which is what the world actually needs.
Is it Bizarre?
Bizarre Creations was originally.
Wasn't that EA?
That was
yeah. That's under EA, right?
Bizarre Creations, I think they are, but do they dissolve? Are they still around?
Man, I don't know. All I know is that I love Geometry Wars.
That's
all I fucking know.
Yeah, right. And so I mean, with that acquisition, you do get a lot of titles that could be really lucrative for any gaming company in the future.
But you're still completely right, though. Madden is that capstone. That's the one.
Madden's what it is.
Yeah, that's that annual money that is just guaranteed revenue, and that's what you want to go for. And really, in the Sony fold, we don't, because Madden doesn't really have competition. You know, ever since NFL 2K, the 2K series, ever since, you know, EA got the exclusivity to the NFL, they completely neutered their only competition, which gave them the ability to rest on their laurels.
Right.
So, you know, maybe, like I said, maybe this acquisition would be the best possible thing because, you know, every once in a while, I like to see a cool football game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm fine with that. But I want to see innovation.
That's what I was about to say. They don't have to innovate right now, though.
Right.
Or they haven't had to innovate.
And think about it. Think about if Sony picked them up and then all of a sudden we're fucking around with Madden on PSVR 2. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you've been talking about that for a while.
I'm serious. That
is the way to.
That's the gateway.
That's
the gateway. That's how you get into living rooms, man.
Right.
Sports.
That's how you get everybody's TV broken.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Great.
Sports.
You're gonna break your living room up with this football game.
You guys forget with like the first few months of the Wii, man.
Use your wrist straps.
Well, I mean, it's funny that you say that.
Put on the straps.
Because I mean, I got you with football and all, but Fight Night.
Fight night would be perfect.
You know?
Imagine
looking at Tyson in the face.
Oh no!
You know?
Well, I mean, if you play Creed, you know what that feels like.
Yeah, really.
You know what I'm saying? That shit is scary.
Yeah.
If you play Knockout Kings,
but Knockout Kings is sick.
I mean, but that's more like Punch Out. But still, you know what it's like to have somebody right there in your face while you're throwing punches.
Right.
Now, I do think throwing a football would be a little bit difficult. Because you want to let go.
Right.
Right. And so that would be a difficult thing. But once again, Fight Night this is a great time for a new Fight Night. And there's a lot of people who speculate that, you know, there's a Fight Night in the works.
Yeah.
And
it feels like he's sweating on me.
Yeah, for real. He is. I'm wet. It's your own sweat, but it's getting in my mouth. You know, so I mean, it could be a great acquisition for anyone.
Yeah.
It's more likely that Microsoft will be the
I'm betting
the option.
I'm betting it's going to be Microsoft, or at least they're going to try.
Right.
You know.
I feel like Sony would want to have to keep up with it, but but still, whoever gets it's just free money, man.
It's fucking money. You know?
How much do you think they're going to sell for?
God damn, dude! I don't think I can actually put an amount. Like,
200 billion.
I don't even. Yeah, it's got to be something stupid, right? It's some astronomical number. That I don't know.
I think. I mean, it's going to be in the billions.
200 billion is the number that.
I'm
like,
just throwing it out there. I'm
right.
going to say 200 billion.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say $1. I'm gonna.
Oh, you want to
Low, right?
low ball?
Playing that pie show. Well, no, it's
play this
it's
game.
Han. Isn't that Han and Show?
Han show.
What?
Huh?
Han Show. High or low?
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
So
Elden
Didn't
Bang.
Elden Ring already have co-op?
but modders have now made it where you don't get thrown out of the game every time that you beat a boss.
Did you watch the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I see what they're
this
doing.
is
It's
right.
a good idea.
It's what's necessary.
Right, but it's not
basically-
coming out on fucking
Of
anything
course
but
not.
PC.
It's a
so
mod. It's
right.
a mod. Well, I don't know. I think that if it works well, From Software could end up implementing this feature because
They could.
it does fix now. Once the whole wave of single player, everyone's banging their head up against the difficulty of Elden Ring.
Yeah.
There's gonna come a point where it's like, okay, how do we keep this game alive?
Yeah.
And multiplayer is the name of the game. If you can make it where that thing one, you can ride horses. That's huge, right? Thing two, everyone gets loot as you're playing co-op.
Yeah.
You have 4 players persistently. You don't have to break apart the party just to go through a door. You know what I'm saying? Like, it becomes a whole open world that you're actually exploring with your friends without it being a live service game. And so I feel like that could keep Elden Ring alive for much longer.
Because a shit ton of people have dropped off. I mean, I've dropped off.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
I beat it 2.5 times. And I was like, well, okay.
Yeah.
I've
Time to
dedicated
do
enough.
something else.
Right. You got to do something
I
else.
have to do something else.
Yeah, man, and it's like, you know, and the game is still great.
Oh, it's still
but,
amazing.
I mean, when it comes down to multiplayer, it's cumbersome.
Yeah.
you know, which is far less cumbersome than most Souls likes.
Hey,
or
you see
Soulsborns,
my
but-
summon sign? Okay, hold on. Let me restart.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me furl my finger. Let me use
wait.
my remedy.
God damn it!
Let me
You're on
fucking-
PC, aren't you?
I've been wasting my time.
These are true stories, by the way.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
You know, and so but a modder has made a mod where all those things are possible. You just all get into a game and you can play as if you were playing single player, but with up to 3 of your friends.
It's pretty awesome. It's pretty fucking awesome. I mean, go check out a video to see what the things are, especially if you're interested in Elden Ring. Like, it's dope. And if you're on PC,
Why
have
not?
at it?
Yeah, why not add
I
it?
mean,
Yeah.
this is also the same team that did the mod for Sekiro that added multiplayer.
Yes.
So that's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Multiplayer Sekiro. Crazy.
it's what the doctor
hey.
ordered.
What? I'm confused.
Is this a
Okay.
This is
the
a new
fuck?
game?
Well, you remember how they remade Modern Warfare?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's another
they're
did it with
doing the
2?
same thing. They're doing a remake of Modern Warfare 2.
It wasn't
And
2
so-
like the most popular one?
Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was pretty much the Call of Duty, right?
Well, yeah, Modern Warfare was huge, but Modern Warfare 2 is the Call of Duty.
It's the
So this is going to be a remake of that shit. And if you played the remake of Modern Warfare, it's mind blowing.
Yeah, it looked
it's
really good.
great.
Yeah.
It's really really good.
Yeah.
And so instead of doing another new iteration, that's not coming until 2024. They're saying right now they're going to put the brakes on it. So this is going to be the very last of our annual releases of Call of Duty.
Right.
Okay.
And so
Which team is doing it?
this is who did the Modern Warfare series? That was, God damn it,
Is this Raven?
no.
Is
Keep
it?
going.
Is it?
No, I want to say Insomniac. It's not them. It's, what is it? Raven. It is.
Why are these not coming
I
to
know,
me right
right,
now?
dude? God, and it's
Blank.
Infinity Ward.
Yeah, Infinity
this
Ward.
is
Okay,
Infinity
yeah.
Ward. And so, and so we're gonna see this by the end of the year. I think
Okay.
it's October the 28th
Okay.
is gonna be the release date for this guy. And so, I mean, that's hype to me because Modern Warfare 2 was a phenomenal game. And
I mean, I played it back in the day a little bit.
yeah,
That's the only Call of Duty other than what would we get? Cold War.
Cold War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up until that point, that's the only one that I'd really touched on.
Right,
And I liked
'cause,
it. You know?
I mean, Modern Warfare was really the shit. I think there's some really good entries into Black Ops. There's some really good entries. The last Cold War. Cold War was amazing.
was good,
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. But they're doing the smart thing. It's like, okay, well, we're gonna remake this. We've been working on it for years, and then we're taking a break. And so,
Smart.
and absolutely, you know, because Call of Duty, as far as their numbers, they are dwindling, boy. I mean, it's really bad for Activision.
Dude, Vanguard fucked their shit up. Dude.
It really did.
Everybody. I mean, everybody felt the same way we did about it. They're like, hey, new.
Right. Like this? And they're like, yeah.
No, seriously, it's cool, guys.
Yeah,
Keep playing.
it's not. Don't you like our additions? Maybe you should play Cold War some more.
Yeah.
You want some more Cold War? Yeah?
Yeah, and Warzone. Yeah. Even they knew they fucked up on
Absolutely.
that one. Dude.
Yeah, dude. It's hard to follow up that Zombies, man. I feel like they should have just
it was too good.
They should have just added more to, kind of like what they did with Warzone.
Oh yeah.
They could have just done that same thing. Just keep adding to what you got that's working and making it bigger.
Do you think that'll ever be the case where, like Warzone, Zombies would be its own standalone thing?
Yeah, that's been it's been in discussions for years actually.
I'm down with that.
There was a point in time where they were like, yeah, we're just going to do a standalone.
And they just
Zombies.
keep updating that iteration rather than trying to,
Next thing you know, you got like 15, 30 maps to choose from. You know, each one with its own storyline
and stuff from every mainline Call of Duty friend. Yeah, dude, that'd be great.
That'd be way smarter. And so hopefully they end up thinking down that line because I kind of want to get my zombies out of there.
Oh yeah.
And it's like if y'all fuck up the single player, if y'all fuck up multiplayer, just leave my zombies alone.
Yep.
And I'll be good to go.
You can break the rest.
Seriously, they could do seriously if they did zombies, made it free to play.
Yeah.
Okay. And then just
sold cosmetics.
That's
fucking,
because I mean, really, the way they presented all those cosmetics and shit made you want them.
I know. Some of those are really cool.
They look fucking hype.
There's that one that's like the Ice Dragon M16.
Yeah, shit's sick. And they have some of those with like that 80s neon. You know what I'm saying? Like if they that would just be a smart play.
Yep.
But we'll see what they choose to do. Now that Microsoft is at the helm.
Microshaft.
Microshaft.
So there's a state of play happening on June 2nd.
Yes.
And right now there is a state of play sale going on.
These are days of play.
Days of play. Sorry. Yeah.
Days of play.
But they
a lot of
still
good stuff
coinciding. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But there's a lot of good shit on the sale right now. One of the things that I want to mention particularly, which I said this to you, is that there is a Double Dragon and Kunio-kun collection. That's like fucking 15 games or something like that, and right now it's $20, and that's up to 4 players. So I was like, this is probably something that'd be really great for us to get, because I mean it has some of the other wacky Kunio-kun games, not just the mainline ones. There's a bunch of them that are stuff that was never localized here too.
Right.
So that's a cool one. Grand Blue is on sale. The like ultimate pack. Did you see it?
Yeah,
it has everything.
Right.
Yeah,
and
so
it's
that
still
might happen $40, but it's still
$40. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, which is very cheap in the broad spectrum.
Right.
When you think about buying like Grand Blue itself,
because we added it up before, it was like $100 and some bucks.
Yeah. So that can get really expensive, and it's the only way to kind of get everything all at once.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really cumbersome to try to buy everything for Grand Blue.
It's all a la carte.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I'm with it. I'll drop the coin for it. Like,
man, it looks good. I'm
this
still
will be me buying it for the second time, but. In honor of anime, I think you'd really get into Grand Blue as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robbie was saying that netcode sucks, which is something that
I mean, he's a bit more critical than most.
but that doesn't mean he's wrong.
No, he's not wrong.
Right.
But I've also played online and had perfectly. It's one thing if you're playing with
Tekken's
people.
netcode sucks too, and we play that.
Right. The thing that he's not considering is that we all live close to one another. And so a lot of those issues we don't really have to deal with.
They're mitigated to a degree.
Exactly.
I didn't really think about that.
Right.
Okay.
Like if you think about playing against people internationally, that could kind of
That's a big difference.
Right. But if we're playing like together, like it'll be all right.
It'll be fine.
We might have some lag every once in a while.
So what do you think about with the state of play, man?
Well, one of the biggest things about it is they've already told us that we're going to get a lot of information about PSVR 2. So we're going to have what I expect to be like, trailers for. They say we're going to have 20 games at launch for PSVR 2, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's huge. But I expect to see, maybe our new Astrobot. Right? We right. We're going to see Horizon. We're going to see. We might.
See that Resident Evil Village DLC?
That's a possibility. That's a possibility. I was thinking we might see Alex because they have to. Yeah, it's like this is a pretty big deal, and I don't think, but I'm nervous because of having to spend recent money with the vet and everything, that they may tell us our release date, and they might give us because we're running out of time.
Now.
Yeah.
Well, they're
It's
gonna be.
shadow
Well, what it's
drop,
gonna
man.
be? Oh God, that would suck. But what it's gonna be is pre-order date.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Which would be now. That's the thing that would be now. And so
Yeah,
get
but
your
Sony
pennies
does it all
together.
shitty because they're like, pre-order dates, it was like an hour ago. We forgot to.
Yeah,
shit,
for real, they're sold out. Sorry, you know. Better luck next time.
Yeah.
And so yeah, scrape together your pennies, get it ready because the second might be the day that we get that announcement. Now, I don't think that we should. I think that they should have a separate PSVR 2
A
state of
showcase just
play.
for it, yeah.
And then that should be when they tell us our date.
Yeah.
But the problem is that it's June, man, and we're really close to holiday season in the business world. So
And they can't drop it like a month beforehand. They just can't do it, you know?
yeah,
Like,
unless they're planning for spring 2023,
yeah.
they're gonna have to tell us when, like very, very soon.
When-
And the last day to play was when, like 2 months ago.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
But we're probably also going to get stuff about Ragnarok.
you know,
God of War Ragnarok.
yeah, Ragnarok. We
Or
might see some
speaking of
Wolverine.
which-
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, here, this is probably something that's going to come up. This is not this, but
Well-
there's a show. There's a Netflix show. and
Well, hold on. We're going too fast. Before we
I
go,
don't doubt that they'll talk about this at the State of Play. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think
You
they
don't think
will.
they'll show a trailer?
No, not yet. I think we'll see Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah.
One thing, the reason why I don't want to move past this is because this is a conversation you and I have to have.
Okay.
I think that we're going to see a bigger push towards PC.
Yep.
I think that we
Yep.
are going to see a
Absolutely.
lot of PC releases, Horizon Zero Dawn being one of them. All right, they're going to be like,
Yeah.
okay, well,
Well,
Horizon,
you mean
Forbidden West.
Yeah.
Forbidden West, yeah, because it's like the odds are very likely that we'll probably see only a year of exclusivity on a console instead
Yeah,
of it,
yeah.
being like multiple years. It's like, okay, this is going to be on the PS5 for a year, and then it'll come to PC as well.
Yep.
Because Sony's been making a ton of money since they've released these titles on PC,
Yeah.
and so they're going to try to keep the PC player base not so far behind
Yeah.
the PS5 player base. Now,
Well, they started a new thing. It's PlayStation on PC or something
well,
like
it's
that.
like,
It's called,
off console or something like
right.
that.
I don't remember what it
or
what-
like something where
Yeah.
it's basically not limited to consoles.
Right.
Yeah, and so they're starting that different division,
Mhm.
and so I think that we're going to end up seeing a lot of information on that as well. Now, whether they're going to be like, "Hey, PSVR 2 works on PC," I mean,
See, I think if they do the exact same thing that you're talking about, as far as have an exclusive on the console for X amount of time and then release it on the thing, but they just do that with the VR content too.
yeah,
I don't
but,
see-
but how do
I don't see
you
how it
launch
hurts.
it? Like, what are you going to have up front?
It works with Steam immediately.
So, but these games aren't optimized for your new headset. Even their field of
Whoa,
view is
that-
going to be different.
That doesn't matter as much as you're thinking it does. Like, Steam has actually done a whole bunch of work, because think about how many fucking headsets work with
That
Steam.
field of view is huge.
Right. It's not as big as a Pimax.
I guess that's fair.
You know what I mean? Like, there's headsets out there that have a fucking 180-degree field of view that you can see
Yeah.
all the way to here. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot on the back end software side that Steam VR does.
I just feel like
that makes everything work.
If they were to personally say, like, okay, we're going to make this available for the PC gaming community,
Yeah.
then they'd want all the bells and whistles to be firing on all cylinders.
But
you know what I'm saying?
dude,
I don't
telling
think
you,
they
it's a
just- I don't
small
think they
amount of
would just
software.
want-
It's a small
I
amount.
just don't think that they would necessarily want this brand new shiny piece of tech
Yeah.
that does all this cool stuff.
Yeah.
And here you are, but you can't take advantage of any of the cool stuff that it does. It's just
But
another headset.
the only thing that's weird is the adaptive triggers. Everything else is stuff.
Haptics.
Yeah, but that's stuff that's
Haptics.
already. Everything else is already working on PC, is what I'm saying.
Right,
So-
right. What I'm saying is, like, and I'm acknowledging that. You're
Yeah.
absolutely correct. But I just don't know if it's a smart play to be just another headset before you are the headset. You see what I'm saying? Like,
I do. I
instead
see
of-
what you're. I
right,
do.
because
Yeah.
like there are all these different options for PC virtual reality. But the things that set the PSVR 2 apart and really make it special,
Well, let's
you
see this
know?
price point.
Ooh,
You know what I mean? Because
boy.
that's really what's gonna dictate a lot of
Okay,
this
so
stuff.
what's our guess? $499?
I mean, dude, if it see that's what the way that I'm seeing it is, even if it launched at $500, there's not a PC headset that has that quality and that level of features at $500.
Right.
You're spending $1,000.
Yeah.
You know, so even if they just did that, it would immediately make a bunch of PC players go, "Oh well, shit, this is the obvious
right."
option.
But no, I don't think that's true. I think it makes the nerds think that. I think those of us who are enthusiasts, I think
we are talking
average,
about VR here, though.
right? Exactly. I think the average Joe would go for a Quest 2.
Well, sure,
you know,
and I agree with you on that.
That's
but that's
why
only $100 less.
I want them to destroy meta.
I
want them
agree.
to just dash it to the stones. I want to hear Hyper Ballad play in the background. You know what I'm saying? throw it off the goddamn mountain, man. That's what I want. And so, like, if they do choose to make it PC compatible and announce that out the gate, then I would like some software to go along with it.
Okay.
Horizon,
I can agree with you
Horizon.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Call of the Mountain.
Yeah, Call of the Mountain.
That would be a cool one. You know. But once again, that's for the PlayStation 5 group. Man.
But what if Alex is coming out on PS5?
I mean, that's
very
possible.
Then they'd just patch the haptics into the PC version because Valve would do that.
Theoretically, I wonder what they're going to do
mean?
with it because they can't release that exact same version of Half-Life Alyx. Like, even playing Alyx today, you know, it's dated. I mean, it's awesome.
Only the movement is dated. I don't really think the rest of it's dated.
I think the movement, I think the game is dated. I think the game is more of a kind of like a corridor puzzler than anything else.
Some of it, yeah.
You know,
I mean,
because I was just playing it recently.
Pretty hectic at the end.
Probably maybe at the end. I'm maybe about like 8 hours into it, 8 or 9 hours into it. Like, I started having
what's
some
that guy's name?
stuttering issue.
Larry, is that his name? What's his name?
His name isn't Larry.
You know
He's
who
the one
I'm
that
talking
made
about?
the gloves.
No. There's
the alien dude.
No. I can't. I don't.
I may not have met him.
There's a guy that you meet, and that's all I'm gonna say is that becomes a very stressful part in the game.
Okay, all right, I'm with it. Because I mean, I think the game is great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know, it just shows its age a little bit. Yeah. And we all know that Valve is all about like orange box collections, right? Like, they're all about adding more to their game. They're all about like, okay, like modders have made this, so let's tack it on in there. So
Half-Life collection in VR,
bro. You know, or a new orange box. You know, like
they'd have to change the color, right?
Theoretically.
Here's the green box.
I mean, they can count it too. We just can't go much further.
They can't count.
Fuck. Every time, you know, for real, it ends up that whoever their designer is just like only has 2 fingers.
Well, no, you saw that Left 4 Dead zombie. They cut his other fingers off. He ain't even got them. He's only got the 2. He can only hold up 2.
Oh my god, that's good. That's good. Scott's like, go.
Yeah, so Horizon show.
We got a lot more shit to get through.
This is
a
talking
Horizon
about,
show.
Well, yeah, Netflix is working on a Horizon Zero Dawn show. That's why I said don't skip forward quite yet. They also are working on God of War.
Yeah.
So we're going to see God of War. We're going to see Horizon. Nobody knows if they're going to be live action or animated. Animated, live action
want them
is
animated,
but live action is expected. Now, the only way that I'll be excited for this is if we get what's her name? Was it Ingrid? What's her name from Game of Thrones? Rob Snow's wildling girlfriend.
Oh, she'd be fucking perfect.
The perfect Aloy. She would be the perfect Aloy. She would be the perfect Aloy. What's her name, dude?
What the hell is
her name? Was Ygritte. Her name was Ygritte. Yeah, it was Ygritte in the book. We're gonna say is Rose Leslie is her name.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Dude, she would be. I mean, dude, look. I mean,
she's fucking perfect.
She's Aloy. Mm-hmm. She's already Aloy. Just look it up.
Isn't that Aloy?
That is literally Aloy, dude. Yeah. You know, and so if they can get her on board,
convincing with a bow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's.
We
literally
know she
her character,
right?
You know?
I mean, she does the slide and shoot.
Yes,
she does.
She's got the moves.
Right.
She's got the moves. She's got the training. And so I think that'd be a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm with that. I would rather God of War be animated, and I think this would work fine as a live action. I mean, both of them would work as a live action, but this would work fine. But they'd have to have a high CG budget.
They really would. And honestly, if they did it kind of like Arcane,
you
know, like let that same team, let that same animation team.
Oh, I'm about
it.
Yeah,
especially with all those robots, all those machines, it would be amazing.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm about that.
Yeah.
I'm about that.
So, well,
because they need to make those colors pop.
They got to make them pop because, oh God, I mean, I'm talking about eye blistering pop. Yeah.
So speaking of God of War,
we potentially have a release date, 2020 release.
they keep. I'm telling you, man. They've
fucking
said.
rumor?
No, they've pretty much said no. We're on track to release this
It's
year.
2020
That's the way that they've put it.
yeah.
Because everybody
Okay.
keeps saying, "Oh no, it's gonna be next year. It's gonna be next year," and they're like, "No,
Uh-huh.
we're on track."
Yeah, they
We're
said
all
the same
good.
thing for 16, man. Like all
Right.
these games are pretty much done, and
Yeah.
they're like,
Mhm.
this holiday season is gonna be big for Sony.
I mean, and Sony has been stacking their shit correctly and working this in a way to where, like, they've been lining them up. They have them all lined right up. And I
Right.
imagine these things are more finished than we realize.
Oh yeah,
Because Sony wants to slap a sticker on it and send it out the door.
well they
don't
plan
want-
they plan like 5, 7, 10 years out.
Yes.
Like they're
Yeah,
planning
yeah.
for by 2025
Mhm.
they want to have like half of their IPs being original IPs,
Yeah.
and half
Yeah,
of them
yeah.
being like pre-existing, like sequels and such. So it's
Mhm.
like, you know, their game plan is solid, and they're sticking to it.
Seriously.
And by that point in
Mhm.
time, man, like Microsoft, man, look out, because like Sony, I mean, because they're coming for the PC market too now, right? And so,
Yeah. And
bro.
I mean, like I actually just canceled my Game Pass subscription.
yeah, heard that.
Because I just haven't been using it.
Right.
It's like I don't have a
I
problem
feel
with
the
it.
same way.
And there are a couple of games on there I want to play real quick, like
Weird West.
Weird West, and then what's the roguelike you were playing with Pothead?
Oh,
What?
a Death's Door.
Death's Door. Like
Yeah.
I want to play those two before my subscription's
So
up.
basically, what you want to do is you want to play some Devolver games.
So I want to play some Devolver games. That's really it. Yeah. Well, because Trek to Yomi too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
play some Devolver games.
is what you want.
Right.
What if Devolver had their own Game Pass?
I mean, fuck. At this point,
I'd pay
yeah.
'em.
God,
I'd subscribe, no question. If they-
Devolver's too good.
Yeah.
They're just too good.
Yeah.
$5 a month, you just get to play our games. You're like, okay, solid.
You can have it.
You're-
That's it. For real.
Shut
dude.
up and take my money.
It's
this
in the
goes
budget.
to you.
Yeah.
No, it like, but I got rid of it because I've noticed that, although they do tout the day one releases for big games, but
Like
like
what?
how many motherfucking big games are there?
They
There
all
was
got pushed
there
back.
was Forza, there was Halo, which the multiplayer was hot, but everything else I was disappointed on.
Yeah.
Forza didn't capture me.
Forza,
I'm not
I
saying it's a
love
bad
it.
game.
God
No,
damn
it's
it.
great. It's
Right.
fucking great. It's beautiful. It runs well on my machine. It's super tight controls. It just didn't do it for me.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at the future, and there's only a couple of releases on Game Pass that I care about, and some of these games don't even have release dates right,
Right, exactly.
You know?
Starfield, we'll never see it.
Yeah.
Like who knows when
Never.
it'll actually drop.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls 6, I mean, whatever, dude.
Who knows?
I want
Um,
Atomic Heart.
Atomic Heart, I mean, once again, who knows?
Who knows?
And by now, I could have just bought Forza.
Right.
Right.
You know?
I could just own it and be done with it.
Were you paying for Ultimate?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's $15 a month to do that. Yeah, and I just canceled the whole thing. I might go back to just doing the basic Xbox Live just on PC.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's just
There's no reason.
there's nothing there for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with Sony coming in and doing their other tiers of PlayStation Plus now, it's going to be now again no day one releases. But I still think the lineup over time is going to end up being better on the PlayStation side of it
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they're going to look games you actually already know that you love right over
Right.
here.
Hell yeah.
And then over time,
Speaking
who
of
knows?
which-
Who knows how
Speaking of
long?
which,
Who knows how long it'll be before they actually start offering day one releases, right?
Right.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
that's still a possibility. Once they, get their money's flowing in, then it's like, okay, maybe we can afford to do this.
I could see them doing it with third-party games. I don't really see Sony ever doing it with like a new Insomniac game or
Right.
a new.
Well, I mean, it can hurt people's bottom line because look
Right.
at what happened with Oddworld.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
nobody
like,
actually
Oddworld got
bought
fucked
Oddworld.
because it was free
Uh-huh.
on launch.
Yeah.
And so, people, they'll download the game, so you'll have that install base that's really large.
Yeah.
Right.
But people may not really put the time into it. Word of mouth isn't spreading. All of a sudden, sales drop off completely.
I mean,
You know,
I played
feel
through a
like
bunch of that game. It was good.
I feel like Bugsnax also suffers
Bug
the same
Snacks,
fate.
absolutely, yeah.
You
I
know?
bet it's doing better on the Switch than it did
Yep.
on PlayStation, just because
exactly.
it was fucking free on PlayStation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody's like, "Oh, that's the free game."
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, I'm
it's like,
telling
it's not
you,
a real game.
there's something about that, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even Halo kind of has a stank to it, right? Because
Uh-huh.
you're going like, oh, this is just a free Halo.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not
It's not a real Halo.
No, it's
you
a-
know? Yeah. And so,
So what's going on with these emulators?
Right. So the PlayStation Plus Essential, Extra, and Deluxe tiers are launching in certain regions right now.
Asia right now.
Mostly in Asia. I think it's only actually in Asia right now.
Yeah, it's only in Asia.
And Digital Foundry sat down. They got a Japanese
Ooh,
account.
these boys.
I'm telling you,
They're
man,
the lords.
They always got it. Yeah.
I think that before you launch anything, you should really think
Just
about it.
go to Digital Foundry.
Yeah, and be like,
Go
hey,
check
man,
it
will you
out.
check this out real
Right,
quick? You know, we don't want y'all to tell everybody the truth once it comes out. You know, like let's talk about it now.
Well, have you noticed
Right.
how sometimes Digital Foundry releases stuff like as soon as they get the news?
Oh yeah.
Sometimes they put it on the back burner for a week, and then once everybody buys the thing, then they'll release the
Well,
thing.
there's always embargoes.
Well, no, I don't think it's just embargoes. I think sometimes they seriously like get a call from a developer that's
Just
like, "Look, man, we got some rough edges. Please don't call us out right now.
Like,
we
we
want to
got-
sell something. Just
All
don't."
right, I mean, how's 150,000?
Right, don't
You know what I'm
bury
saying?
us, guys.
We'll
please.
give you 25K right now.
Right.
Just please, just give us a week.
Because if you're in the know, you know Digital Foundry fucking knows their shit.
Absolutely.
And they will pick you apart
Yes.
if you have any technical flaws.
Dude,
Yeah.
Amy.
Yeah.
So
Amy,
the
you can drop
emulators are having
one frame.
problems. Is that what's going on?
The emulators are having some issues.
Like
So-
what?
okay, well, so this is a weird one. This is a really weird issue right now, and we're not sure whether this is going to be an across-the-board thing, whether it's going to be in this region, because right now, like I said, it's only
Because
the
they're all
one
the
region.
PAL versions. a
It's
lot
the
of
fucking
PAL
PAL versions, right?
Ah.
And so the PAL versions all run at 50 hertz, but the
Yep.
problem is that
The
it's
PS5 isn't designed for that
it's,
shit.
it's not. It's all
all
trying to run at
60
60,
plus.
right? So that means that you're getting shitty frame timing the whole time when you're playing any of the PAL
So you
versions
get
of the
like chop.
right,
in shop
right.
and slow. The game's
Right.
played slowly.
Right, so like Ape Escape,
Yeah.
you know, which I mean,
Because
fuck,
what is this?
love Ape
PS1,
Escape.
PS2, and PSP. Right
PS1,
now.
PS2, PSP. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because the PS3 stuff is going to run online, you know, and then the 4 and 5 games are going to be ones.
A lot of
that
those are developed for 60 hertz. And so
exactly.
yeah.
So that's all good. It's really just PS1, PS2, PSP. That's
Yeah.
the only thing that they're worried about right now. Which I mean, they said the extra features like you being able to pause the game anywhere, you being able to make save states, you being able to rewind the game.
Yeah.
Those are all well implemented features. They
Right.
work just as good as you'd think they would, but the basic performance of the games isn't even as good as how some of them ran on PlayStation 1
Older
hardware.
systems.
Yeah, and that's fucking stupid.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, they've
They said some of the games do work well, like
Yes.
a few of them.
Yeah.
But there aren't that many games available.
they said even Tekken
know?
3 runs choppy.
Well, they said Tekken 2 runs well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tekken 2 runs well.
Yeah.
But that's one of the
Is it just
only
2?
games. It's 2. Yeah, it's Tekken
Yeah,
2.
you're right.
They
You're
don't
right.
have 3 yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but it's not that it runs poorly, but it still has a chop every once in a while. So like it's like
from what I read, Tekken 2 is one of the only games that doesn't.
Okay.
Like everything else is pretty borked.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but then we're talking about a fighter, right? So I mean,
it
fighters
has
are
to be smooth.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're designed to run at 60 FPS regardless. I mean, that's just how they have to roll. But most games never even aim for 60.
Right.
You know? Yeah. So I mean,
But this is one of those things that
Hopefully, yeah.
backwards
it bugs
compatibility,
me.
man.
It bugs me because I mean I've been emulating PlayStation games since the PS2.
Right.
You know what I mean? And my PC could run PlayStation games back then just fine, and they ran about like it did on the PlayStation. You know.
Yeah.
But then over the years, there's been so many improvements on the PlayStation side. Like I remember having a specific tailored version of the PlayStation emulator that I was using. I don't remember which one it was. For Silent Hill 1. It was specifically made for Silent Hill 1, and it fixed a bunch of issues, and it did all this stuff, and you could upscale to a high resolution, and it fixed the textures, and it made it to where, like, because, PS1 games do the warping,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the one of the big issues that they have with the upscaling of resolution on the PS5 is that although everything's being displayed at a higher res, because there are more pixels in the scene, the warping is worse,
It's worse. Yeah.
than it was before. So it actually looked
Gives this
better.
kind of wobbling effect.
Right, it gives
Yeah.
everything a fucking wobble to it,
Oh.
And those are things that can be fixed in other emulators. Like they just, a couple of settings or like what am I thinking of? What's it called? Anisotropic filtering. So that's something that happens in modern games all the time. So all anisotropic filtering is that if you take a texture and you're looking at it flat, it looks fine. When you look at it at an angle, sometimes it looks fucking weird. Anisotropic filtering makes it look like the way that it would
So you
look
don't get
flat.
like that shimmer.
Right,
or-
so you don't get shimmer, and so
Right.
it doesn't look like it's a like out of place kind of thing, right? And these are things that are easily implemented and they're borked. They're all borked on the PS5. You know, all this shit is bare bones, and people are, Digital Foundry at least was comparing it to the way that the emulation worked on the PlayStation Classic, which was not good.
It's really bad.
Yeah. So this doesn't look great.
Yeah.
But once again, like, it is a test market right now.
It is. It
and
is.
a lot of these are the PAL versions, and so just knowing that they're the PAL versions, not the NTSC versions.
And maybe we'll be getting NTSC versions.
Maybe. Well, we just should.
We should.
We should, because if you release that kind of shit in the West, people are gonna tear you apart.
Yeah, nobody's gonna buy your service. Yeah,
it's gonna be rough.
I still think it's really great though that. Although it seems like to a degree they're kind of taking the Nintendo Online style of this, where they're just releasing games
like,
slowly over time,
out,
right?
you know,
Right.
Because I mean, imagine any PS1 game playing worse than it played then.
No,
I'd rather not.
No.
Jumping Flash, okay, playing worse than it played then. Pass.
No,
That's a hard pass. I don't even want to see it.
Man, like there was I don't remember which game they were talking about. They were talking about one of the games running at Siphon Filter. This Siphon Filter runs at 20 frames a second. Fuck off,
That's
dude.
right. Now I do want to see IQ.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really that it was
Cube.
that and Echochrome. When I read those two names, I was like, oh.
Well, it's funny because Echochrome, when I was listening to it, last night at work, and I was like, Echochrome.
Echochrome is the shit.
What the fuck is Echochrome?
Yeah,
and then I looked at it, I was like, oh yeah, the Escher game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
loved
game.
That
That shit was
game.
awesome.
Yeah, I loved it. But if you fuck it up,
Right.
then I've got problems.
Right,
And so-
because that's another thing is like the scaling. So trying to get it to scale right on the thing. Some of them look like squished, and some of them
all
look,
that was what,
Yeah.
4:3?
Yeah. But on the PSP, it's already widescreen, and
Right.
they still made the squish happen. And you're like, wait, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, you were fine.
Yeah.
You were 16:9, and you're just like, hey,
I mean,
we're just gonna.
it is kind of like that Nintendo shit.
Right,
They just
that's what I'm
think-
saying,
They
yeah.
just think,
It's up there.
Just throw it
Right.
up there. Just throw it up there. It's fine.
The only thing that I'll
It's fine.
give the PlayStation over the Nintendo Online service is that at least with this,
At least it's not Nintendo.
well, yeah.
Hey,
But they're gonna sell these games
I'm a fan.
individually though.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I think is great because that's really the best thing about this is fuck the service. If you don't want it, fuck it. If the only game you want is Jumping
Tekken
Flash,
2,
Tekken 2,
right,
whatever, yeah,
Or whatever.
go buy it.
Yep.
Go get that Ape Escape.
all right.
Get it.
Gotta love that game.
I know.
dude,
so
I know.
good.
It sucks that it's borked because I was totally gonna get Ape Escape, but now
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
Right.
Maybe if it's the NTSC version,
Yeah.
if they do that over here, then yeah, I'll probably pick up a couple of games. And there's definitely games that I've already purchased that as soon as they add them to the thing, I'm downloading them.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you bought PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PSP games back in the day on your PS3, on your PSP, whatever,
You know what
get them.
sucks is that we still won't get Marvel vs. Capcom.
No,
Marvel
no.
vs. Capcom 2.
Uh-uh.
And it's like, and we did buy that on PS3. We did buy that on Xbox 360.
That was a good version of it,
That was
too,
really
dude.
good.
Yeah.
God, we should have gotten it physically.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hopefully they'll have that shit fixed.
Oh no, that's different.
Doubt it.
No, that's never
I
coming
don't
out.
think.
That
I
one's
don't
not
think
coming
we're
out.
never gonna see it again.
I mean, I'm just hoping for Symphony of the Night because that's one that I've already bought.
Yeah,
just because I mean that'd be nice to be able to just play it on there,
Right, yeah.
Or Castlevania Chronicles. Is that one? That's the one, the remake of the first game. Those are two. I was looking through my list of PS1 games I purchased, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be cool if they release it, like Metal Gear Solid,
Let's just get
and
this collection and
VR
call it a day.
missions, and
That's what I did.
yeah, but I could wait, and then potentially
I got that
already
advanced
get it for free.
collection because I mean I don't know why. I don't. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I just need.
Yeah.
But anyway, whatever. Let's not get derailed.
Anyway,
It's
they
nice.
they fucked the emulation up, and hopefully it's just growing pains from them starting the service,
Right.
and not the way that it's going to be the whole time.
I think that they'll treat the West with a little bit more care because they know that Asia loves them.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
And so
They'll
in a lot of
tolerate their
ways
bullshit.
they will tolerate their bullshit.
Mhm.
That doesn't fly over here.
No,
It does not. And people will. I mean,
we're ready
they
to complain
Can't wait
over
to
here.
complain.
Ooh.
Absolutely. Please
wake
give
up
us a
in
reason.
The morning ready.
We call that
Right.
content.
Yeah, right.
That's what that's called. All right.
Come on, fuck up more, Sony. We'll talk about it. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So hey,
So cutting into trailers.
yeah, this is just some shit to check out. It looks cool.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, well, right now everyone's got
It's Halo and Unreal 5.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Everyone's got Unreal
Uh-huh.
5 in their hands right now, and a lot of the communities just just
They're just
playing.
dumping shit into
They're
it.
just
Did you see
playing.
the BioShock
Yes.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, they put BioShock in Unreal Engine 5, and they didn't even change shit about it.
Right.
They just added the modern render pipeline stuff, so just, like the lighting effects and that kind of thing.
Right.
It's still the same ass game, same textures.
assets, same everything. Right.
Same. Looks
Yeah.
fucking good. It looks really
Yeah.
good.
Like, and Halo looks really, really good, and really,
Yeah, it looks
I mean,
great.
you can download it right now for your PC. You know what I'm saying, and play the demo. So check that out. Don't expect combat. That's not a thing.
No.
People are pretty much just getting down the environments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
more
It's
than
just
anything
looking
else.
around.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah.
But I think to a
But it's very
degree,
pretty.
it looks
Very
better.
pretty.
I think it looks better than Infinite
It does.
in some ways. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Infinite has a lot going for it, and I think Infinite's a good looking game, but this looks fucking
Yeah,
great.
well, I mean, it just goes to show how much an engine can just make all of the difference in the world.
absolutely.
And so, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if they end up adding more to this mod that they made, or this version of Halo, this tribute. Because Microsoft's gonna be like, hell no, take that shit down.
Dude, you know it.
Yeah, especially if they did anything with gameplay, they take it down.
Uh huh.
I don't know.
Oh,
Also, with the state of play thing, we
yeah.
might be seeing an announcement for the release of Returnal on PC.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Which it'll
Yeah.
run way better on PC.
Oh my God, because it runs well right now.
Oh, yeah, it runs
Can you
great.
imagine? Oh shit, dude.
Mm.
Anyway, just had to throw that out there. That's
This looks
Now
cool.
we got trailers.
This looks fucking cool.
Yeah, this looks okay.
Yeah, I
What
wasn't
is-
expecting
I
this.
was looking at it. I
You
was
guys have
just
to
like, what is
excuse
this?
me.
Fucking Dragon Quest builders, but with Lego.
pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know, kind of like that, mixed with a little bit of Toad's treasure tracker.
Yeah.
Except for they give you a little bit of tentacular as well.
Okay.
Where they give you these pieces, and then you actually have to use those pieces to create a bridge or to create something.
Just create something. Yeah,
Yeah,
they give you
to
a
fulfill
goal.
whatever
and
goal. Kind of like, did you ever play any Scribblenauts?
Very little.
You
but I
should
know
play.
What you're talking about.
Yeah, Scribblenauts is amazing, and
Scribblenauts was fun.
yeah, they had one Scribblenauts Unmasked. Did you see that one?
I have
with all the
I saw
DC
it, never
characters.
played it. Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's
It's
funny.
really, really good. It makes me wish that I knew more about DC than I actually do.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's so much DC lore
yeah.
packed in there, and so many characters and such. But yeah, so I mean, they basically just give you these puzzles, and then you have all these individual pieces. There's like a large overworld area.
Yeah,
that
and
you
there's
can
like
explore,
a single player like storyline or whatever.
Yeah.
You're like trying to help your grandfather fix his fucked up amusement park
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
Grandpa let the amusement Ferris wheel go to
shit, and so he calls on me.
Yeah.
Free labor.
Come on,
you know?
Granddad, take care of your shit.
Take care of your shit every time. Why I gotta do it? And so, yeah, I mean, it looks really interesting, especially after the conversations we were having about VR Legos, and just the implementation of that. Like I said, it reminds me a lot of like Tentacular in a lot of ways. Because all of these are physics-based puzzles, and so it's like, okay, you got to build a bridge from here to here. It's like, okay, that might be easy enough, you do that, but form and function have to meet, right? Like, it can look shitty as fuck as long as it can actually hold up.
Something.
And so there's some simulations you can do where it'll like send a robot up the structure and go across it to see if it's stable, or they'll just drop weights on it, see if it's stable.
Because the physics engine is still there.
Right.
It's still got a physics engine.
Yeah,
and
so it reminds me a lot of Tentacular.
Okay.
But without the added benefit of VR. Because when this is on a flat screen, it can become very difficult to rotate the camera.
See, I was thinking about that too.
As well.
I was like, this would suck with a controller, kind
Yeah.
of, right?
Yeah,
like
it
I
looks
wouldn't mind doing
cumbersome.
mouse and keyboard.
Right.
Like if this comes out on PC, I think I'll get it.
Where you
but
can easily just rotate the screen,
Right,
just
exactly.
drag that over. Yeah.
But I think for a controller, that just looked cumbersome.
It does. It
Yeah.
looks like it would be very difficult to play.
I also
it
think
seems
I
like you
have
can get
a-
used to it, but
yeah. Oh, you could definitely get used to it.
there's going to be a lot of frustration before you do.
I also think that there's a little bit of a disconnect in my head here, just because I saw that other Lego game that looks so gorgeous, and this looks good,
Right.
but I kept being like, those Legos look a little low res.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
not-
They do, but at the same
low
time,
poly. I mean,
there's so much so much going on. Like, did you see the smoke effects?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It looks
You know?
great.
Yeah. They're all just little Legos, animated Legos, and so those are really, really
and
cool.
they're rendering more on screen than they are on the other game. What's the other one called? Fuck, what's it called?
Lego something.
Something.
Some
Lego
some Lego shit. You know. But yeah, Lego Brick Tales. Check out the trailer. Like, if you're big into Legos, it's kind of cool to see them getting more representation outside of the adventure games that are usually just nothing more than slapping a thing and making it burst into Legos.
And there really isn't a lot of
focusing
building,
more on
like,
the construction aspect of it versus just the destruction aspect.
Right.
Although people love this Lego Star Wars saga.
I mean,
the
they're
Skywalker
phenomenal,
I mean,
but
but it's
once
Lego
again, you're
Star
not
Wars.
really creating. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, one thing that I wish that they let you do is whatever you make, I wish they let you break it.
Oh,
You know,
I'm sure that
you just want to SimCity it.
Oh,
That's
dude!
all-
I, did.
yeah.
I want to see Legos scatter because that is very enjoyable. And if you don't have to clean it up, then
Oh,
that's,
dude, that's even
great.
better.
Yeah, that's great. Like,
You
so.
just drop the thing and then
Uh-huh.
what's the physics? Just
yeah,
that's
just
cool.
let it do what
Yeah,
it
yeah.
does.
I dig
Yeah,
it.
I would
I
love
dig it.
that. I would love it. You see they released that that Lego Optimus Prime.
Oh yeah, I did see that. That
That's
shit's
cool.
dope.
That shit's
Yeah.
dope. Oh my god.
So,
So,
a couple
Top
people
Gun.
are doing Top Gun
Power to the
Maverick
danger
DLCs. Yeah.
Yeah, so Flight Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator,
Yes.
and Ace Combat 7 are both adding Top Gun. I guess it's just
I guess you're Maverick.
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
Maverick.
there's
That's
Maverick
you
packs.
Goose?
Well,
Yeah.
well,
Can you be
okay.
Goose?
You don't want to be Goose.
No one wants to be Goose.
Well, for the no, that's a bad idea. No, for the Ace Combat 7, I think you get like 4 or 5 different ships.
Oh,
There's 4 or 5 different
okay.
planes.
That's
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
So several different planes, all with different weapon loadouts, etc. And so, I think you only get one. You may only get the M14 on
Okay.
Flight Simulator.
Yeah.
But you've got like the M4, I mean the F14.
F14,
Yeah, F14, not M14. That's a gun. The F14. I think you get the F16. You get some like prototype plane as well. Like, they've added quite a few different planes to Ace Combat 7.
I didn't realize
which
that.
is
Wow.
actually very, very cool. Especially considering that everything that works for 7 works in VR. So all these planes that are Top
will
Gun,
it though? Because
yeah.
in VR it was only that small mode.
But if you look at the trailer for this,
It's in
it
VR.
says
Oh,
PSVR.
dude, that's cool. Because I mean, that's the same thing with Flight Simulator. On
Yeah.
PC, the VR mode on Flight Simulator apparently works pretty well.
Never thought about that.
Yeah, and
And
that's
it's on Game Pass.
On Game Pass. Oh, yeah. You want to do an international flight from Texas to Tokyo?
God, this can take forever.
It's gonna take real time
forever.
hours.
Right.
Is what it's gonna take.
Right.
Let's do this shit in real time.
I would just fly to my house, bro. That's it. That's it. But hey, holy shit, is that my car?
This is a little too real for me.
Yeah, for real, dude. Uninstall. Yeah, delete. So yeah, Top Gun's getting representation, I guess.
You're like, wait, is that me inside playing Flight Simulator through my window?
I hate this game.
Fuck
You
this.
know? Start looking out the window, just like,
Yeah.
whoa. You know?
It's too much for me, man. This is too much.
You see a drone fly overhead, like, fuck no. And so yeah. So Tom Cruise is probably rolling in the dough. We'll
Well,
get some more.
I'd love to see Tom
Again.
Cruise in these. Wouldn't
I
that
would
be
not.
funny? Why
No,
not?
It would not.
He's hilarious.
This is
I
like,
love
so
that
it's gonna be
wacky
Wing
bastard.
Commander
He's
all
so
over again.
crazy.
He's like a modern Wing Commander.
Oh,
you know, he's
God.
like, no, I'm flying this plane. They're like, Tom, no, you can't fly the F-16. He's
No,
like, but I can fly it.
but I can fly it.
I can do it. I can
Okay.
fucking do it. I just believe me.
I do
can
my
it.
own stunts.
You never.
Yeah,
It's like,
this isn't the same.
It's a little different. Can you imagine trying to talk him down?
You know.
God.
No.
Has anyone ever been able to talk Tom Cruise
I mean,
down?
they
had
literally
to-
had to.
They had to call John
This-
Malkovich to talk Tom Cruise down.
Oh,
But
wow.
you can't.
But you can't.
Okay.
You don't get
No,
it.
no, Tom, you don't understand. You just can't.
You are not a pilot. Anyway, sorry. I just had to.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good shit.
Yeah, so Ollie
Let's
World
go.
Void Riders.
This is
DLC.
also in the state of play, man.
This is looking
Ollie Ollie
hot.
World. Yeah. Okay, for those of you who don't know Ollie Ollie World, it is a side-scroller skateboarding game. So essentially, you just go from point A to point C while doing
Is it
tricks
an
at point
endless
B.
runner?
No. There's
okay.
a clear end to each one.
Okay.
And so you just have to get there. But while you're getting there, you do tricks, right? Now, doing tricks requires, of course, button combinations. But
Right.
some of these are like, fireball motion. Like they have some more complex inputs that you have to do, like in the air, et cetera, et cetera. So they've, from Ollie Ollie to Ollie Ollie World, which is, more like almost like Super Mario World. It's like an expanded, like universe for Ollie Ollie to exist in with a story and everything. Now they've added the Void Riders DLC. So eventually, apparently these aliens have now come to Ollie Ollie World, and they're trying to like steal bits and pieces of the arenas, in order to build their own skate park in space or whatever.
Skating's rad. We're gonna
So
teach you
it's-
shit.
So it's
Right.
like
So there's
Space Jam with skateboards.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know,
Yeah.
like-
Like there are like gravity fields and shit that you can like jump into, and like they'll
Moron
be
Mountain.
like ripping up like parts of the course, and so all of a sudden you're like way up in the air, so you can get like mad air and shit.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really,
Yeah.
really, really interesting what they're doing with this.
Yeah.
And then they've also added, so they've remixed some of the older levels, some of the older stages with aliens kidnapping motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And then they've also added some new stages towards the end, which are all taking place in the alien world. And so,
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it looks hot.
Yeah.
It looks hot.
So
it's just a
this
good
trailer-
little. Yeah.
Did
good-
you
just
say
good fun.
check it out.
Ollie Ollie World is on sale?
It is. It is. I
Right.
think it's
It
$24.99.
just recently came out though, right?
About
Ollie Ollie
like
World?
6 months ago.
Really?
Wow,
6 or
okay.
7 months
I thought
ago.
it was longer than that. Okay.
I thought
okay.
it was.
I think it was like
I thought it
about
was
half
like
a year.
last week.
Oh no, Jesus, no. No, it's been out for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to buy it. I'm gonna get it though.
Pal
This
World.
looks legally distinct.
Bro.
These
This-
totally aren't Pokemon.
this-
I don't know
They
what you're
are
talking
not.
about.
Look, it's,
Pokemon.
it is
These are pals?
obvious-
These are Jokomon.
It is
Right.
obvious that this is not Pokemon
Right.
because look how good it looks.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks nothing like Pokemon to me.
Not
That
at
is not a
all.
Raichu hybrid to the right. That's not what that is,
He almost looks like Big, the cat.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh damn. You're gonna get them
Oh, the
sued by
fucking
Sega now,
Totoro?
bro.
That's
What are you
right.
doing?
Sega don't sue people. They don't give a
That's
fuck.
True.
What you talking
That's
about?
true. For real.
Yellow.
It's like hell yeah, that's a good idea. We're taking it.
Yeah, for real, man. Sega would be like, fine. Who else you want? You want Sonic?
Yeah.
But
Hey,
yeah,
can we
put
fund
Sonic in
your
there.
game? Can we do? That's what Sega does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is basically Pokemon with guns. Is that Talbane?
John Talbane.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh
Uh huh. You
I
got
just
legendary
noticed that.
birds up there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. And so
But
it
you have
does. It has.
guns.
Yeah. So it's third person.
Right.
Over the shoulder when
Right.
it comes to the actual combat. You can capture these animals, some of which are working in sweatshops and making weapons and firearms and
With
shit.
a fucking plague mask crow hanging out behind him.
Yeah, Dr. Evil over there,
that's-
experimenting on all the Jokomon. And so, and then you can take them and actually like blend them together and make new creatures.
Yeah.
But not only
So,
are
like
you out there
Shimigami.
a little bit,
Yeah.
not only are you out here, feeding these animals in the wild and capturing them and battling them, you shooting them with motherfucking guns. Like, you can
Yeah.
merge them together, and like the cat looking Jokomon over there has a minigun. I'm like, what? And so,
Spraying
if
them.
you think
Spraying
that Pokemon are too cute, you can just shoot them in the face.
Yeah.
You that's the message we need to send to the children. I don't know. I'm very interested in this game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play it.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks wacky.
Like the combat
And
really does have a
looks-
Breath of the Wild meets Horizon
Meets Fortnite.
meets Fortnite. Yeah, Flare.
right.
It's kitchen sink.
It also looks like it's a very smooth running game. It
Yeah.
looks like they're targeting a solid locked 60, and this needs it.
Right,
Yeah.
and it's very bright, very
Ve-
colorful,
yeah.
very
Yeah.
vibrant.
I mean, it looks great.
I'm
looks great.
down.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd love to
can't
give
wait
it
to
a
see
shot.
it.
Yeah,
Right.
this,
If you're an
this is a
adult
strange
who
one.
grew up playing Pokemon, just look at it.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
it might scratch a niche you never knew you had.
Pal World. Okay, so Metal Hellsinger.
Doom
Let's
again.
go.
Jesus Christ.
Doom
Yeah,
again.
there's some more Doom.
Yeah.
There's some more Doom.
I
Pretty much,
mean,
yeah.
Which
I'm not complaining.
Like, I'm a big fan of
Doom's
these kind
one
of
of
games.
the few
Right.
shooters that I actually really
Right.
like.
Did you
so-
play Proteus?
No,
Did either
not
of you
yet.
guys play Proteus?
yet.
I don't think
Proteus
so.
super cool. Proteus is actually a small game developer that made it. Like, I'm in contact with in a weird way, but anyway, there's just been a bunch of the classic shooter stuff that's come out over the past maybe 2 years.
Shit,
What's the other one I'm thinking of?
Serious Sam?
No. This one's more like a Heretic Hexen style.
Like Warlock or something.
Yeah, what is
that?
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
You know exactly about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's like Warlock or something along those lines. It's not Warlock though, but it's like
it's something along those lines. Anyway,
but this is just more hellish first-person shooter, over-the-top, gory action.
The real draw
is it's a bunch of metal bands or people in metal bands providing all the soundtrack.
Yeah,
so it's a whole bunch of well-known motherfuckers, including like Matt Heafy and Serge Tankian and a couple other guys. You know, like go look up the list. There's a shit ton of people.
There are a lot of them. And then the way that they advertise the game is as if like rhythm actually has something to do with the gameplay.
Yes, it's supposed to be kind of a rhythm shooter,
like
right?
You know,
kind of like that, or kind of like in a way like Killer Instinct. Do you remember with Killer 2016? Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Like
there's a rhythm going on.
There's a rhythm going on to it where the music is dynamic, so it matches the action that's going on.
Hell yeah.
And so I'm really interested to see how it actually plays, because it seems like the last game that had this kind of like musical pedigree that actually worked was what was Jack Black's game?
Yeah. What was it? Brutal Legend.
Brutal Legend.
Yeah, Brutal Legend.
Brutal Legend worked. Usually these things don't work.
Right, and Brutal Legend was going for like the more classic metal style of things.
Yeah, right.
This is going for way more of like a modern heavy death metal kind of vibe. So awesome, you know. But
if you're gonna tie the music to the action,
it better be fucking tight, dude.
Exactly. So I'm really curious. Because Doom was already metal as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Yeah, that was metal,
dude.
Boy.
Yeah.
You know, but they're like, we don't care if you match the rhythm or not.
No.
You're gonna do it instinctively just because you're gonna be jamming out the whole time. But if you're gonna tie my drums, you're gonna tie my blast beats to my minigun, then I got I got reservations.
Yeah, but I'm super interested.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, this is one of those that's like
trailer looks good.
Yeah. I'm cautiously optimistic. That's the way to put this. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I just want to hear some Arch Enemy.
Right.
And then
that's what I'm saying, man.
I kind of miss Surge, man. I miss System. We were so close to getting a new System album.
Oh, yeah.
We were so close.
Sugar.
You know, man. I just want one more. Just give me one more album.
Yeah.
I guess I gotta go steal the old one.
Just go steal it, man. I do.
Cocaine.
It's still fucked up to me when that dude. It's so fucked up.
She had so many friends.
That's so many friends. I brought my pogo stick just to show her a trick.
She had so many friends.
That album came out a week before 9/11, a week after, like right around there. And that song fucking Jet Pilot.
Oh man,
it's one of those where you're like, wow, guys, nothing at all to do with it.
Oh no,
really poor timing.
It's one of those weird bands, man. Like so many bands, you can be like, okay, this band's kind of like Megadeth. This band's kind of like one's like
what the fuck is like System? Yeah,
nothing.
Yeah. Maximum the Hormone.
They
have some System in them. They got some System in them.
They got a little System in them.
I can't think of many other bands that have some System in them.
Has just about everything in them.
That's very true.
You know,
they go
all over the place.
Yeah.
But can you guys think of another band that has even slightly touched on it?
From the melodies to just the silliness to just the seriousness.
Right.
Like, nah, man.
Yeah.
Nah. You know, even Maximum, they don't harmonize like that.
Right. And I've always thought that the way that like Systems, especially the first two albums, the way that they approached political commentary was so very different than other bands too. Because they didn't do it in the way that punk bands did it.
No.
Right.
And they didn't do it in the way that like but they also didn't do it in the way that like, Zach De La Rocca does. You know what I mean? They didn't do that whole thing either.
Very much on the nose, very angry.
Very angry though. Yeah. It's like they are serious and silly at the same time. The way the System does it. And you're like, no, System's amazing. Surge is amazing. Surge has been doing weird stuff.
And this game looks
got him a
good.
YouTube channel. And this game looks good. Yeah. Go check out a trailer.
Yeah.
Metal Hellsinger. I hate the name personally.
Yeah,
I really
see why.
I'm
because
not
they have all these metal vocalists.
Yeah, but it's like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look.
So Friendship is Magic Brawler.
Look. Hey, you said you could play a trailer? Did you say we could play trailers now?
I don't have it set up.
God damn it, man. God damn it. This is it.
This was
Go,
hot.
go watch
is hot.
this. Them's fighting herds.
Look, man, this game came out on PC last year, and it took the FGC by storm. You know, such a silly premise, but with very solid fighting mechanics. Like,
yes, it's basically My Little Pony.
It's
the
My
fighter.
Little Pony.
Right,
The art style looks exactly like it.
but it's got them combos.
But it's got the
boy.
combos.
It's got them combos. It's
They
got
put the hooves on you.
They put them boots to you, them hooves to you, and you got rollback netcode. And so essentially, this game came out last year, but we're now getting a console release, which
Who made it?
It's a company that I've never heard.
Because when I was first looking at it, I was like, oh, is this the Skullgirls guys?
No,
Because it has that kind of thing going on.
Let's see. Them Fighting Herds is made by okay. Maneo.
Okay.
Maneo, no, Main 6. That's what that says. Sorry. It's Main 6. My eyes are going bad. This light's bright as fuck. Y'all don't know. But it's Main 6.
Is it too bright? Should I do something about that?
No. It works for the purpose. It's just an adjustment. It's fine. It's just looking at a screen, going from that to that. Who cares? But the FGC was very, very supportive of this title. Like it was seeing tournaments, right? And so now with it reaching a broader audience, I think we're going to see a lot of action. This is going to be a sleeper hit. I also love just seeing, like, after seeing Sword and Fairy 7, seeing them fighting herds, I really think that we're going to see Warm Snow coming up soon, coming to consoles. All these games
what about Hellish Court? You think we'll get that on consoles once they finish it?
Whenever they finish it, probably.
Because, I mean, it's still in early access.
Right.
And I totally think Hellish Court is worth buying for early access. It's like $12 fucking. And it is so... Oh, shit, we got that
thank
sub.
you so much for the sub,
Yeah,
thank you so much for the sub.
Hell yeah. It really helps us out, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tell your friends. And
Fun parties.
Funny parties. Throw your voice.
We want so many friends.
We want so many friends.
But yeah, see, I think what friends?
What
Hey, we're your friends.
Hey, man,
your friends are right here.
That's right.
But I think like we're gonna see quite a number of these other games show some console interest, get some shit brought over.
You know, well, that's phenomenal, man. Because there are a lot of games that come to PC only, and especially like once again when we talk about like the Chinese market, the Taiwanese market,
and indie developers in general.
Right. It's way easier to get your game out on Steam than it is to go through certification to get it onto a console.
You ever just look through the new games on Steam? And
they just come out like rapid
It's
fire.
like, wow, yesterday 50 new games came out,
and
40 of them are trash.
Right, but some of them are like almost AAA quality, as far as gameplay. But you know they're just not going to see the distribution. And seeing this, and like I said, I think we'll see Warm Snow. Hellish Court would be a good fit as well.
Hellish Court.
I'm glad to see Sony giving people chances.
Did Robbie get Hellish Court?
I think just you and I played that morning.
Man, it's good. It's good. We really should get back on it.
Yeah, but it's broken.
It's fucking broken. Did you see Hellish Court? It's the realistic fencing or
sword Bushido blade, but all because we
cool.
streamed late that night. That was the night we were playing DNF Duel, and that was one of the DNF Duel beta nights. And then it was like 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning.
Fucking let's play Hellish Court.
You know, and it was Hellish Court.
And then you barely get nicked by that sword and start bleeding out your neck.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't know Perfect Tower. What's Perfect Tower 2? We'll definitely look that one up though. Is it hot?
The Perfect Tower.
It
is the perfect tower.
But you know what? It does look hot. This game. Look at this trailer.
Fucking them fighting herds.
Them's
fighting herds right there.
Them's are fighting herds.
I mean, really, prepare to be.
crossways.
Yeah, you're gonna be impressed. These ponies ain't fucking around.
No,
the animation's fucking great.
Yeah. It looks really good.
Unique. We like unique.
We like unique.
we love us some unique.
And we'll be checking into that. Oh God.
Did you put this on here
don't
for
put this
me.
on me, Ricky Bobby.
You put this on the list for me, didn't you?
I did. I was thinking about the second I saw this. I was like, ooh, Scoot's gonna love it.
This looks like my kind of trash, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, doesn't it?
And it does. It looks like it
I
is
brought
going
so
to
much
be
booba.
that right.
This shit's
I
called.
don't do with all
This
the
shit is called
booba.
"My Recently Hired Maid is Suspicious."
Yeah, it's about
This
a
shit
little
is
girl
called-
being a little boy being suspicious of his recently hired maid.
This little boy, his parents. It seems like his parents may have passed away or something happened,
I
and
mean,
so
it's-
he inherits.
There's no
a,
such thing as anime parents.
Well,
dude.
okay,
Oh,
okay.
yeah,
well,
no,
like
you're
they're,
right.
they're
Yeah.
either dead or like in another country.
Right. Well,
All
well,
the time.
what he said was he inherited this mansion to himself.
Yeah.
So it's just a little boy in a mansion.
Yeah.
And day one of
Yeah.
inheriting this mansion, the maid shows up.
The maid shows up with all of her titties.
With-
Uh-huh.
Oh,
So much booba.
I can't wait.
Just
I can't
opie,
wait. I've
opie.
needed a new trash show, man.
You know,
Oh man, and this is my.
And
this is some ripe
all
garbage.
she's
right
doing,
here.
this picture,
Yes, it
this
looks-
image tells you everything about
you
this.
need to know. This is exactly.
When I saw it, I was like, "That's the pick right there."
Mhm, yep.
And this little boy is worried.
Oh,
Very
he's
weird.
concerned.
This is what is going on here.
Well, he doesn't know how to deal with his
So,
feelings.
so what do you think? She's gonna be like a spy?
Um,
You
I
think she's
dude,
trying to-
She might be a
look, dude,
demon.
you're putting way too much thought into this.
I don't know, man.
This
I
is
kinda-
not that kind of show.
I
I
bet. I
wanted-
bet
This is
there's something.
literally just like hey,
worry
Oh,
boner.
he
Yeah,
has a
exactly.
complete worry boner.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the
He's
whole
just like,
time.
I've got a raging
That's-
clue.
I got such a, oh my god, I've got a raging clue.
Such a big clue.
Big clue.
Got such a raging clue right now.
The Hardly boy.
Yeah,
Uh,
no. Look, dude, you're giving this way too much credit. This is not. This is for nothing other than to ogle this maid lady
that's it.
and laugh at the little
It's
boy.
just-
That's it. It's garbage. It's
I
trash.
want it to
I
have
want
some
it.
kind of depth, but I know
You know-
that it will not
Yeah,
Yeah,
have
see,
any
in my
kind of
head,
depth.
there's like a whole thing that might happen. You know,
Uh-huh.
maybe she's like a
Yes.
agent coming in, and she's trying to distract him because
or maybe
there's like
she
some.
wants to try to get rid of him so she can like take the family fortune.
and I bet it doesn't have any of that.
I
Any
bet
of
she's
that.
gonna end up
None
like
of it.
being his sister.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Once he's finally like, okay,
Hey.
I'm gonna start pursuing her.
Stepsister,
You
okay?
know?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're not
now
blood
we're right
related.
back. Now we're right back. See? See what
Right
you
back
did?
to the worry boner.
Right.
Right back.
Comes right back up. You know?
I don't know. Oh man.
We'll see.
Okay.
I can't
So this
Anyways.
thing, go check it out.
Yeah.
You'll understand immediately
You'll
what's
know,
going on.
yeah.
with
Zero
this
time.
You know what you're getting.
I
into.
give you 10 seconds.
Yeah. Shit. This looks cool.
Yeah, what's up with this?
Ninja anime.
Yeah, new ninja anime.
anime.
Essentially, this guy is from a long line of the Iga Ninja,
Yeah.
and he is the 19th heir to the clan.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but he's just a normal guy, a normal kid, just hanging out, going to school, doing stuff, and all of a
He's
sudden
got
gets
some
attacked.
flips.
He starts getting attacked by ninja,
They just
and so
show
then
up.
they're just like, okay, well, here's the reason why.
Yeah.
And then I assume we get a montage.
Hell yeah.
We get a montage.
That's what we need. We need a montage.
And
Hell
so, yeah, but then of course, he's gonna end up being a badass.
Yeah.
You know the deal. But it looks like some really cool like ninja action if you like your ninja.
Jobless reincarnation is really
You know.
Yeah.
good. Shoku Tensei. Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, sorry, I was responding to him.
No,
but
no, it's all good.
This
It's
looks
all good.
good.
I don't know Jobless Reincarnation, but
But Shoku Tensei.
oh, that just sounds like me when does something go wrong in
Job-
my current
yeah.
job, and I'll be like, God damn it, we're here again. You know what I'm saying? Not
Oh, man.
again. Been there.
Yeah, new trailer looks good.
Um,
SD Gundam Battle Alliance.
I do not dig on SD Gundam.
I'm well. A lot of people did, and I just find it odd that they chose that.
Right.
For the Japanese market, sure, they
Yeah.
like Super Deformed. You know,
Yeah, they
that's
love
that's
it.
a big thing.
Mhm.
I just don't know how that's gonna sell over here. There's
Yeah.
also a Gundam FPS.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
I actually heard about that.
Is it
actually.
free to play?
Yeah, it's gonna be a free to play FPS, and so I don't know. As
Which
far
I
as
like. Just real quick, I'm just saying I still don't know that that'll work that well because I mean, if you think about the
dynamic
of how many different types of Gundam there
Right,
are,
yeah.
you get to the point where you're like, well, like the G Gundams aren't even in the same league as fucking like Gundam Wing Gundams.
Right,
Like they're
yeah.
not. Some people are just gonna get waxed, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like-
yeah. And then I feel like you're just gonna lose your identity for
Right,
a lot of the
right,
time.
right,
You're
right.
just gonna be a camera with a gun.
But SD Gundam at least has a style to it. It's got
Right.
its own thing going on.
Yeah.
And the gameplay looked kind of cool.
Yeah,
It looks
okay.
fine.
Right.
It looks good. And I just wonder about the current interest in Gundam enough for SD to sell really well.
Right. You'd think they'd be going for main franchise rather than trying to do this.
Right. Because, I mean, this would be a good time to just completely reinvent and reintroduce people to...
Endless Duel, dude.
Right.
Endless Duel was so fucking hot.
Yeah.
I don't think they've ever made a Gundam game that is as hot as Endless Duel.
No.
Right.
No, they haven't.
No.
You know, and so, like, I really think that now would be a great time to be like, hey, guys, remember the glory that is Gundam.
Right,
you know?
right. Make a Zone of the Enders style game.
Yes.
Make a fucking, you know what I mean? Like, that's,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Actually, no, ZOE. We're
Yeah.
there. We're already there. That's it. I'll take Armored Core, but
hey,
ZOE,
that too. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be kind of cool, like Gundam Tactics.
Right, that'd be hot.
I'd do that.
Yeah, but SD, I'm like,
yeah, it seems a little off,
odd.
right?
Yeah,
Right.
it's just weird. But Japan's going to Japan, so
That's right.
That's right.
And they've always loved that SD Gundam. It's not like it's a new thing.
Right.
they saw Pocket Fighter was coming back, and they was like, Pocket Fighter!
Man, I just had to grab this screenshot because I think that this one,
Ray Liotta, man.
dude,
don't give a fuck.
Yeah, there's Ray
walking,
right there.
Yeah, that's Ray right there, walking down the middle of the street, daring you to hit it.
This is where he is right now.
They're
This is where
doing a
Ray
Vice
is.
City remake.
No.
The GTA.
No, well, no.
This is another
It's fan
remake
made.
done
it's
in
fan
Unreal
made.
Engine
Okay.
5.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is just fan made.
Well, because didn't they? Let me.
I always want to say GTA V because we've been saying it for the past like
Right,
10
right,
years.
right.
Yeah, Vice City.
So, but
being done.
am I
on
wrong
Unreal
about
Engine
this?
5.
But weren't the remaster versions ported into Unreal? I'm pretty sure they were.
I think they were.
yeah.
Actually, I think they were.
So this isn't that far off.
Right.
Right. So I mean, they can basically take the remaster
they could
stuff,
totally
port
do
it back
this.
over, and then
Yeah,
but they're not going to. Fuck no,
right,
they're not going
especially
to.
after that whole fiasco with the last. No,
yeah,
absolutely not.
And this looks better than those by
right.
a long shot.
Right. Now,
Yeah.
some people are expecting for GTA 6 to be a sequel to Vice City.
Cool.
And so, that would be really, really awesome.
I think everybody loved Vice City.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Even if you're not a fan of GTA, I think Vice City's the one where you're like, I mean, come on.
Right.
Like,
Well, I think between...
who doesn't want to be Tony Montana?
Right,
you know?
right. But I think between... It depends on demographics, right?
Right.
But between Vice City
And San Andreas.
San Andreas.
San Andreas is also hot. Yeah.
Those are the two. Even though they're kind of still aimed at the same market. Same.
It really is, isn't it?
What's the word I'm looking for? The group of people that it's going to buy your product.
Demographic.
Demographic. Thank you, Demogorgon.
Demogorgon.
It's the exact same Demogorgon.
Aimed at
that you're aiming for.
Demogorgon.
You know, people who grew up watching Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boys in the Hood.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it would be great. Just with the environment of Vice City itself, you know, like all that, you know, once again, that 80s flair, man, you know, just that, all the pinks and the blues, you know, like it would be really, really cool. And one of those things that at a glance, you know exactly what you're looking at.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
They just need to slap Kit from Knight Rider and that bit.
Right, but
That's all
this
you
also means that we won't have Tommy Vercetti.
Yeah.
True.
So it'll have to be somebody else.
But did he die? No, he didn't die.
He didn't die in the story.
He didn't die.
That's actually the only GTA that I can say I beat all the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I never beat any of the other ones.
GTA 5 was
Five's good.
Amazing.
I just
to
got
finish
tired of it,
because you
though.
have there's a lot, and but there are multiple endings where it's like you can betray your friends, you can save them.
Oh, really? Oh,
And
wow.
so,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you know Trevor's pretty pissed off at Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Michael's a dick.
Michael is a fucking dick.
He's
You're
a
right.
Fucking dick. He's like Tommy Vercetti light.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Tommy Vercetti didn't have his shit so together.
You can tell it's a throwback.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah. Well, each one of those protagonists, except for Trevor.
Yeah. No,
Trevor
Trevor's
is
a whole
the
new
true.
beast.
That's the true evolution of GTA 5.
Yeah.
You know.
I love it.
you got
How
Franklin,
sometimes you
who's
just wake
kind of
up on
like
the
San
train
Andreas.
tracks or what the fuck.
Bro, one time he woke up under a bridge wearing a dress.
Yep.
Dude, I was like, what the fuck? And he just got up, just like, ugh. You know, got up, vomited, and then I'm like, what the hell? Sometimes you'll wake up in the car with somebody, and you'll like kick him out of the vehicle. That's one of my favorite things. Is just switching over to Trevor, man.
What is Trevor doing right now?
Bro, it's something fucked up,
Yeah.
you know. And so, but yeah, that's what this is.
It looks good.
But look at it, yeah, because
Yeah,
it looks
it's
really
just
cool.
a cool trailer. Again, it's a lot like the Halo thing, where it's like people are doing big shit already with Unreal Engine 5, and it's been out for a month now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this shit's gonna revolutionize.
a lot of things. Let's go.
Oh, we skipped one. Oh.
It might be out of order. Is Spriggan?
Oh shit! I didn't put Spriggan on there.
Okay, well, I mean, we can fit that in.
We'll just throw it in real quick. Hey, did you guys watch Spriggan? Did you like Spriggan? Well, Netflix is doing a Spriggan.
They're doing a Spriggan.
It's good.
Yeah, it does look really, really good. Spriggan's always been one of the more visually impressive anime.
It is incredible looking. I feel like the story is a little leaves something to be desired in the original, mostly because they're trying to fit like this long form manga into like this just quick 90 minutes.
Yeah. Right, but now that we're actually going to get a series, is what it's looking like.
They might actually have
Netflix
time
is
to
doing
flesh
a series.
this out. It won't be as confusing.
Right,
Cool.
and so that should be hype. Bleach is getting a new season. So this is going to be a
This will
new
be
arc.
the final season, because the original show, it stopped at season 16, and it just kind of stopped.
Right. Well, we had a shit ton of filler.
Yeah.
I mean, just a veritable. I mean, to the point that I stopped watching the show and started reading the manga.
I didn't keep up with it at all.
Oh wow.
I'm
a huge Bleach fan.
After the what is it, Soul Society?
Oh, that's the first arc.
Yeah.
Jesus. I mean, it got hype in there, man. When you're dealing with a Vizard and just looking at Ichigo's different levels of power, like when he finally becomes Zangetsu, all these things. But this, they're gonna have to take it. And I think a lot of this is because there were always the arguments about like who would win in a fight, like Ichigo versus like Naruto, or Ichigo versus, and at this point Ichigo is kind of outclassed, and they're just like, but he's not weak, and he's like, well, is he? He's not. Yeah. He's not planetary. He can't fuck with anybody in Dragon Ball. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's just it. But who can really in a lot of cases?
Superman.
I mean, that's true. That's very, very true. Did y'all watch the last death battle? Anyway, look, hey, new Bleach, 1,000 Years Blood War. That's a thing.
Check out this trailer.
That's great. Okay, now the last death battle was Omni-Man versus Homelander.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. That's fucking awesome,
bro. Dude, who do you think would win that?
Omni.
Who do you think would win that? Are you familiar with either one of these? Can't even listen.
Omni-Man from Invincible and Homelander from Boys.
Probably Omni.
I mean, Omni's more powerful, right?
What the fuck? There's no comparison here. But look,
like
Omni-Man.
Yeah, but Omni-Man's a little bit more put together.
Omni-Man is like a Kryptonian and a Saiyan combined.
Mixed together.
Yeah.
Yes. Homelander is an angry bastard with the penchant for milk and carnage, and laser eyes. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
And so,
why'd you have to say milk,
right,
man? Dude, you know what that put in my head.
Right. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm just saying that was a very real thing. Even though I love that scene of him with guy, what was her name, Stormfront, and he's just slowly just melts her. It's so good. It's so good. But yeah, hey, watch that. It's one of the more brutal death battles that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And because I mean, these guys are assholes.
Oh,
both of them, absolute dicks. Yeah, raging dicks. And you should just
universal class assholes.
The dialogue's great.
That's the news.
That is the news.
That's the news. What up, Artagoth?
Yeah.
What up, dude?
Don't hit that sub, Artagoth.
I'm surprised he doesn't have Prime. Actually.
Wait, does he not?
I don't know. I mean, he doesn't have the little thing.
Oh,
anyway.
Yeah. He's gonna have the But anyway,
I'm gonna roast my boy. I love him.
And now on to the main event. Black Magic.
Black Magic.
M66.
Look, man, the only thing about this, people have always said they wanted to see a sequel to this. I think we have seen the sequel. It's called Cowboy Bebop. This is the life and creation of Faye Valentine.
Oh,
this is baby Faye,
man, and it's got Spike and Jet in it.
Yeah,
the
voices. Yeah, and it's a young Jet.
Yeah, I know. Because when I heard him, I was like,
when he's a baby.
Who is that?
So this is basically anime Terminator.
Okay, hold on. Let's recap the whole episode
starting
here
from the very first. It was sad. It was very sad. So we're gonna skip that. EA is looking to sell.
Jesus, he's doing it. Look what you did.
God damn it.
Interrupt our show.
Elden Ring has a seamless co-op mode that you should
see how long we've already gone, guys.
I guess this is a 4-hour episode. Let's do it all again.
Do the whole show all over again.
Man,
talk your shit, Scott. Talk your shit.
Man, okay, so this is... I love this fucking movie.
It's pretty cool.
I watched it 3
It's very
times.
classic.
Okay, so
It's
this is
super
Black
classic.
Magic M66.
Yeah.
Black Magic M66. The manga was one of Masamune Shiro's first like big pops.
In 1983.
Well, so did he? So this is
He
before
wrote,
Ghost in the Shell. This is before he wrote.
Yes,
Ghost in the
it's
Shell.
before-
before
before
Appleseed.
Ghost-
It's
Yeah.
before,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
and before Dominion Tank Police.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this was his first thing.
That's
Even
so
though you saw
crazy.
her
Yeah.
wearing an Appleseed shirt at one point, right?
Mhm.
This is dope.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you didn't notice that
dude.
t-shirt?
No.
It says Appleseed.
What?
Yeah.
He actually wrote the script, the screenplay, and was one of the directors on this with another guy that I'm trying to look up right now. But this came
Broly
out
Kulo,
in
guys.
1987.
Dropping that dumb truck ass.
Okay.
Shit.
Broly Kulo.
But yeah, what is it?
We need to-
Hiroyuki Kato Kubo.
Give me this.
Hiroyuki Katakubo.
Wait, hey, Robbie, can you make us an emote for the Broly Kulo thing?
Dude,
Oh,
please.
God.
Oh my God.
Can we do that?
Oh
Can we
shit.
get a
Can he be
emote, have
animated?
him in
Can
there
he wink?
busting it?
Can he bust it or wink? You know? So
anyway.
Hiroyuki Kitakubo.
Kitakubo. Yeah, I had it right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you just said it slow.
I just said it slow. It's fine. What? I just want to make sure I got
What,
it right.
man? Let me participate, Scott. Let me participate.
You're already participating.
We
Anyways,
hand-holding.
so what had happened?
I mean, I think you
What?
you summed it up pretty well. Fucking anime Terminator.
Yeah. So,
2 anime Terminators.
Yeah,
two at the beginning.
one and a half.
One
Yeah,
One
really.
and a half.
Yeah, one of
You
them.
know, so military accidentally releases
Prototype, anti-personnel,
anti-person,
anti-person person.
and anti-person machine person, and anti-person machine person goes on a rampage
Yeah.
and kills its way to.
It has
little
a
girl.
target. It was a it's a experimental model.
Uh-huh.
It's
Right.
not supposed to have
It has
any programming, but they left the test programming.
Yeah, it's a dummy
in-
program.
It's a dummy program
Right,
to test the
which
shit.
makes all the sense in the world because it's
Dude,
at the
none of
dummy
this shit
program.
really makes
The
all-
dummy program's target for so basically what they do is they assassinate a single target, right? So they have them loaded in storage with a dummy program, which has them targeting the creator of their creator's granddaughter.
Yeah.
So I'm
Ferris.
like, what the actual fuck? Who would do that?
Did you
know?
see his glasses?
You know,
Yeah,
I
you
saw
did
that,
see his
but he
glasses.
didn't do that because remember, like,
man's got spiral glasses.
yeah,
Yeah.
man's is. We should have some
Well, he wasn't
visualization 'cause he's
expecting those
dope.
robots
Yes.
to get loose.
Well, there's that, but why would you even put that in there?
Why
to
would
begin
you
with?
even do that?
He's
But
seriously
then-
like Rick
okay,
and
so
Dr. Wily mixed together.
Facts, facts. And so the main character is a reporter by the name of Sybil.
Sybil.
Yeah.
Right,
She's
and
awesome.
so,
I
yeah.
love her.
She's very
You know,
much
she-
major prototype.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
And this is this is 1987,
Yeah.
so it's very 80s anime. When you first see her,
Yeah.
she is naked, of
Oh,
course.
Well,
Of
and this
course,
is a
yeah.
lie.
Uh-huh.
This leans into Masamune Shiro's goofiness.
Yes. Yes.
Like,
yeah,
a
'cause she
lot.
left the
I was
house
wondering
naked.
how you would feel
Yeah.
about that because I always
Oh,
felt
I'm fine
like,
with that. Cause like, dude, the manga for Ghost in the Shell
Oh,
is
it's
silly.
silly.
It's silly a lot
yeah,
of the time.
like
yeah.
a lot of the what you think about as Ghost in the Shell
Mhm.
is a lot more Oshii.
Yeah.
Is a lot more Oshii than it is Shiro.
Yeah, that kind of stoic, cold, like
Uh-huh.
nature. That's
Dude.
not the way that
Yeah.
Masamune writes. No.
Yeah, Shiro. Yeah, he's a goofy bastard.
He is.
Yeah. But I love the scene that introduces Sybil. That to me is probably the best animated scene in the whole fucking movie because she just like she hears a
yeah.
little alarm on her computer that's telling her, "Hey, there's a scoop."
Yeah.
You know, she just runs out the
She
shower.
gets out of the shower.
She gets showered. She's just
She has
sitting
a
there.
towel
she
over
read it,
her shoulders, covering up her opai, and
Uh-huh.
she's just like
and
doing her shit.
doing her
Yeah.
shit. She pulls a pen out of a like stack of books and paper. Her
Yep.
apartment is
It's
just
a total
trash.
mess.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you know
Yeah.
she knows where everything is.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. It's that organized clutter.
Yes,
Hell
kind of
yeah.
thing.
She's a
Yeah.
genius. She's smart.
And she grabs her camera and she grabs her other camera box.
She's got to get
and
the
stuff.
scoop.
That's right, and runs out of the apartment naked.
Uh-huh.
Comes right back. It's like
And you're like, okay, there she goes. She realized that
now
she
she's
didn't take
getting
clothes.
her pants, but she doesn't put the pants on. She just
Puts them over her shoulder and
takes
goes
them
on
with
off.
her.
She's like, I
Yeah,
got my
dude.
clothes, and she runs out the door naked
She is-
again.
I like her dingus sidekick guy.
Oh, what is it? Leaky.
Leaky.
Yeah.
Richard Leaky.
Yeah, Leaky, and he's just trying to smash. Even though he's married, turns out that he's married,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, my wife's gonna see this,
I love-
and he's just like trying to hit on her,
Yeah,
and she is
totally.
so. And once again, the writing is so 80s. Was like, oh god, well they could get me off more than you ever could. You know, she's just shooting them down.
Yeah.
She's like, even if you were the last man on the planet,
Yeah,
I would
even if
never
you're
let you
the
smash.
Look, that's
you know?
the thing. They kind of changed a handful of lines in the sub because I watched it.
I would love to actually read. Yeah.
It is honestly a lot better sub.
This is
Really?
why I like subs more so than
because
dubs.
they're more accurate.
I mean,
yeah.
well, firstly,
Well-
they're more accurate. Secondly, they don't kind of have to pander to a Western audience.
True.
They will have much more mature dialogue.
Yeah.
You know, and
Honestly,
much more
in-
harsh dialogue.
On
in
the
most
sub,
cases.
they have a lot less dialogue.
a lot less dialogue as a
Like
whole.
they don't have any of the inner monologue that the characters have.
Oh yeah, that would make
You
sense
know,
too. I
and,
can see
and-
that too.
and it's a lot more like pointed dialogue.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it's not going off on like tangents and trying to be funny. For like it's a lot. The sub makes the subject matter feel a lot more tense. But
yeah, and also, I mean, when you have that's the original language that it's all meant to be presented in.
True.
And so usually the pacing of conversations is a lot better because you're not having to try to cram in more or less or fewer words or pad a statement exactly in order to match your lip syncing. It's like, okay, this is just the way that we designed this shit, right? Like,
so Sybil gets the call that there's something going on in the woods. And the military's involved, so she goes, picks up, fuck boy, and goes out and like sneaks around trying to figure out, what are they're looking for?
Right,
They must
so
have
it's the
lost
military.
They
Oh my
must have
God.
lost a weapon, and she's filming it the whole time.
And these things are in like those those like Mr. X containers.
Yeah.
You
Right,
know, you
yeah.
just send them down from air and they
Can
burst
they
open
burst
and a
open?
badass comes out.
Yes.
And
but
can I say,
those
I
two
love
are
the head
empty.
military guy.
Oh yeah,
he's
yeah.
cool
That
kid.
guy's
Really
cool.
like
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
yeah, G.I. Joe.
Yeah, G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
So
he's a harsh bastard, but he's always like, yeah, I know that.
there's not
You know, they're
really
like, oh, they come to give him a debriefing. It's like, oh, here's something we learned. He's like, well, of course.
I think he's the major. Actually.
You know?
The major.
Funny,
Yeah.
yeah, totally. Yeah.
Proto Aramaki, man.
Kind of. Okay,
He's
yeah.
a little
I can see that.
Aramaki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's looking for the machines. Sybil is stalking the military at this point.
Just trying to
and
figure out
the
what the hell's going on.
androids are headed a beeline for Ferris, which is the creator's granddaughter.
And the first thing that they want is to get a method of transportation.
Right.
And so the army is there with their whole convoy, and they're like, okay, well these guys are on the loose. We don't know where they are. So he's like, okay, well all of y'all get the fuck out of here because the first thing they're going to want to do.
These motherfuckers
is
killed a
find-
bear.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, they broke its claws,
Yeah.
killed the whole
Dude,
thing.
and
But they're like,
I
the first-
love how this movie goes honestly from being a little bit Predator to being a lot Terminator.
Oh yeah,
You know?
yeah,
It's
totally.
very, very Terminator.
Yeah.
But when they finally come up against the military and there's a female looking and a guy looking robot.
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
guy looking robot literally jumps through a car.
That shit's cool as fuck.
It
dude.
looked so
Yeah.
fucking rad, and
Yeah.
he just picks it the fuck up and throws it at people.
That's what you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Man.
It's too fun.
Yeah, I'm about that. So I think that it's not just reminiscent of Terminator in the slightly aesthetically, but also like
Terminator 1.
right, Terminator 1.
Specifically,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. But it's also the music, dude.
Yeah.
The music is so fucking Terminator.
Yeah.
It's that what's his name? Man, why can't I think of his name? Carpenter.
John Carpenter.
That John Carpenter style, like
I got
yeah,
you.
like is super synthy, like man, it is. I love
right
it.
up there.
Love it.
Yeah, and it also adds like an air of horror.
Yeah,
Yes.
totally.
So it's not just like raw sci-fi. It's like these things are.
Well, that's why you're saying
unstoppable
Terminator
machines.
1 so much.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It's like because also it's like there's really they don't have a reason. It's just this is just programming.
Yeah.
So here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And so the military manages to take down the male android.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Well,
so
yeah, because what ends up happening is they get it pinned down, and so then it self-destructs. So apparently, if these units are compromised, they have these like frag grenades that they'll explode and kill whoever they can.
That
And
shit was
then-
wild, dude.
Yeah, and then they release a toxic,
toxic
gas
gas.
as well.
Yeah.
So.
Fuck.
So they
Yeah.
take the male one down. I mean, fairly quickly. It does some work.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
But the female survives.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, oh boy. And this is once again very, very Terminator, where they go into the city, and she's just killing with impunity.
Yeah.
It does not
absolutely.
matter. So you have Sybil, who goes to the scientist's home.
Yeah, because she figures out because the whole time that the robots are fighting the military, they actually got caught by the military.
Yeah.
She
So
and
she's
Leaky.
in like the back of a truck, like kind of she figures out how to break loose. She ends up
Well, she gets
dragging
some
all the
scissors.
Gets some
yeah,
scissors.
she got some scissors.
Yeah, she couldn't get out, and she's
I love
freaking
it, I
out.
love it. She's like
And of course,
biting
and
it.
that's the
looked
thing.
at
The thing to remember is that she is just a reporter.
Right,
She
right,
and
right,
Leaky,
right.
like they don't really play them up to be like just these trained badasses.
She's a
or natural.
badass,
She's
but
just,
she's a like
regular ass person.
just a regular
Well,
person.
she's just
Yeah.
headstrong as fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing. She's got strength of will.
Well, like I love it when they leave the two of them in the back of the van, and
Uh-huh.
that guy walks off, and he looks at the other soldier
Well,
like, "Hey, watch him!" And
yeah.
he keeps going, and then you realize that the guy that's supposed to
Had been
watch
shot
him,
in the back.
his
And he's
shit
just
all
in
blown
shock.
out. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and he just falls over.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
Yeah.
another thing that I really liked, I do like how she tries to knock the soldier out.
Oh
and
yeah.
It looks like
And-
she
and
succeeds.
She knocks him
Yeah.
down.
She knocks him down, and
And
then
he
he's
gets
like,
back up like,
"Motherfucker!"
"Bitch,
Yeah,
God
bitch,
damn
get out."
it. Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's how that would probably
that's
actually
really
play
good,
out.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so she and Leaky are in the back. The soldier that was watching them, that she tried to knock out, runs off to join the battle, and this other soldier is supposedly watching them. Turns out his shit's blown out. He's dead. Okay, so Leaky is completely out of it at this point in time.
Yep.
Completely out of
He's
it.
worthless.
Yeah, well,
essentially, yeah.
as per usual, but
Yeah.
even more useless than normal.
Yeah.
And then you've got Sybil, who
Sybil.
figures out a way to get out of her bonds, and she finds out about the scientist that's involved.
That
Goes to
that the androids are specifically targeting his granddaughter.
well, she didn't learn that until she went to their
no,
house.
she knew that they were targeting her, but she didn't know where she was.
Because remember, she even said when she got to the house, and she's walking up those stairs that are torn apart. Because remember, they ripped the ceiling, they ripped the
dude.
roof off the house,
Yeah.
trying to get to the scientist. Be like, "Where's your grandfather?" They
It's
tore the
like,
roof
hey.
off.
dude,
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah,
that's
and
fucking great.
his granddaughter's like, "What the fuck?"
They
I
did
love
it
it.
again. They
You
tore
know,
the
they-
roof
they
off.
broke
It's
the
like,
house
yeah,
again.
Your soldiers broke our house again.
Yeah.
Send somebody to fix it.
Yeah, and so,
Love it.
but she goes in
Again.
there, and in the scientist's home, they actually have android servants.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And even the android servants, like one of the android servants had gotten damaged in an experiment when they first
Yeah.
introduced that scientist. And when Sybil finally gets to that house, that android, the android maid, is pinned under a bookshelf, and she hears the granddaughter on a recorded loop
Right.
that's playing over and over and
telling her
over.
granddad, hey, I'm going to be at this place eating with friends.
I'm gonna be late. Don't worry about me.
Don't worry about me. Your
Right.
dinner's programmed into the maid.
Right,
You know?
and so that's when Sybil finds the maid, and she's like, she thinks it's a real person. She's like, oh my god, tries to lift the bookshelf off
Yeah.
of her. Does maid turns around and reaches for her.
Yeah.
She freaks out, drops the shit on the maid, drops
Yeah.
the bookshelf right back down on it, pins it down. Then she sees the recording, and she's like, oh my god, that's the first face that it saw, and it's coming straight for
going
her.
for her,
So she
yeah.
goes to try to find the granddaughter.
We're the
Yep.
only. Me and it are the only things that know where she is.
Right.
So she ends up going to try to find her. And another thing that I think I like more about the sub, because in the dub she's just like, I need to save her.
Oh,
in
yeah.
in the sub, it's just like, I'm gonna get that motherfucker.
That
'cause,
sounds about
like,
right.
Like
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm here for the scoop, and if I happen to save the girl, great.
Yeah.
But I'm here for this story.
Yeah.
Like, and I do love it in that scene, like that you see the path that the robot took
Oh, yeah.
all through the house.
Oh, yeah.
Because I guess he just walks through a car.
Yeah.
And then-
well, it's like the front, the nose of the car is cut off.
Yeah.
completely.
Off.
Yeah.
Off, walks through a car, goes into through the wall,
Uh-huh.
tears up the living room, goes
Destroys
up the
each
stairs.
stair as it's stepping up the
Yeah.
Because
stairs.
it's a heavy motherfucker.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Even though you wouldn't think that when they're manhandling the female towards the end.
Oh,
Just kinda
yeah.
grab her and whip her around.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, you couldn't do that.
Yeah,
She weighs
but
as much as a fucking car.
Right, you know?
yeah. But yeah, then like goes upstairs, tears up Ferris's room, comes back downstairs, goes through the other side of the wall. The door, however, is perfectly fine.
Yes.
This door is fine.
Yeah, it does. I mean, really, that is kind of the brilliance of that scene is that, like, if you do pay attention, the entire environment tells a story.
Absolutely.
Which is really kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool. And so Sybil ends up, trying to get to the little girl, so she goes and steals a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Jumps on a motorcycle. It's very clear that she has never really ridden one
The
before.
front wheel falls off.
Dude, yeah, she like kicks it into gear, and she's like revving it. She's like, "Okay, I got this. Cool." Kicks it into gear. It takes off, right? And so it kicks up into a wheelie, and then slams the front wheel down. Boom! Front wheel pops off.
Yeah,
and so she rides a wheelie all the way into the city. All right?
Yeah.
It's fucking great, man. It's so good.
It's so 80s, bro. It's so 80s.
I love it. But yeah, eventually the robot and Sybil end up finding Ferris.
Yeah.
Well, she finds Ferris first.
She finds
Ferris? Yeah, Ferris is like, she found her first, and she's like, come with me. And Ferris is like, who the fuck are you?
Come with me if you want to live.
Ferris is over in the crowd watching the robot fucking around, and she calls the robot by name.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, shit, I know. She says that it's model number.
It's the M6. It's 7.
Yeah.
Whatever.
She's so excited. She's like, "Where's
Hey,
Granddad?
how you doing?"
She's like, "Where's Granddad?" And Sybil's like, "No." You know what I'm saying? And Ferris is just like, "Get your hands off me, strange lady.
I don't even know you.
I don't know who the fuck you are."
Yeah.
And she drags her off. Of course, she's like, "No, I'm trying to save you." She's like, "Get your hands, leave me alone."
And then it starts pursuing
which is
them.
so funny, man, because like she's like, "No, I just want to go and talk to the killer robot."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I know that.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you?
And Sybil's just like, listen, bitch.
I'm trying to save your fucking life.
Yeah, you are going to die.
And
if
at
you
that
stay
point,
here.
I'll tell you the truth. Like I remember now. This is 1987.
Yeah.
Okay, so anime at that point in time, a lot of localized anime, and it's going to be a beeline. At that point, I really wanted for the android to not actually be trying to kill the little girl. I really wanted that. I wanted Sybil to be wrong. I was just like, that would be so cool if Sybil's over here running away.
And it's like,
this
I
thing's
made
like,
you a sandwich.
Right, exactly. It's like, I'm just trying to get you and get you back to your grandfather.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This
But
is
this
very-
bitch is making everything crazy.
Right.
You know? And so
She totally misread the
You're right.
situation.
That would have been so hilarious to me. It was not the case. No, the android comes over with laser eyes and starts.
And it starts the chase, man. And
Dude.
the chase does not end until
Dude, the laser eye
very
situation is great.
Oh,
yeah.
She just starts
Yeah.
fucking chopping through everything, dude.
Yeah.
And Sybil's trying to hide behind
This is
shit.
very
And it's just
Homelander.
going zam.
Yeah.
Just
I love as they're like running and the androids behind it. They
Yeah.
keep closing doors, and as soon as she shuts the door gets punched in.
arm through,
Oh, yeah.
fucking
Or
rip
even like the
open.
elevator doors when she like puts her whole
Yeah,
body into it. And she's
dude.
like using her back to push
Yeah.
it open. and
Oh,
shit.
it's
Just
good.
Like, my
Oh
God.
man,
Well,
yeah.
I
When they're
love-
trying to get on the elevator and they're jamming on, the button, like, come on.
Well, the
Right,
whole
now,
time
so
they're
it's good to
chasing-
know.
It's one of those things. It's like it's good. That's good tense like thriller right there.
Oh, yeah,
That's
totally.
when the shit gets really tense
Uh-huh.
because the robot is just out of arm's reach the whole time.
Yes,
you
right
know?
there. It's on them. And so there was a like a sonar pulse device.
Yeah, I
I
guess.
think
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a magnet. I think it's a big ass magnet.
You think it's a magnet?
Really?
Yes. Or yeah, where
Huh.
like
I think it's
a-
more like an EMP.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I guess
Well,
so.
you know,
So that's
so
essentially similar.
yeah.
Electromagnetic pulse. So it sends out a shock wave that repels the
yeah, and
the
that's
androids.
why I considered it mostly just a magnet.
It could. I
You
don't
know,
know. I don't
because
think they really
anytime
explain.
the android tries to get close, it looks like a fucking giant ass Guyver unit.
Oh,
Right,
Yeah,
Looks
yeah,
like,
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anytime the android gets close to it, it just
Because you
pushes
see it,
back.
you see it in effect like earlier on when they're using it against the male android.
Right.
But then somehow Sybil gets her hands on one because Sybil
Right.
just stumbles across. This is very
Well,
very
the-
video gamey.
Yeah,
where
they-
she
yeah,
just
seriously.
stumbles across.
Here's exactly the
next-
thing
well,
you need.
no,
Uh-huh.
they meet up with the military who are trying to find them.
Oh,
know, and
yeah, because
that's
that
where she
dude,
gets it
that
from.
dude said to her, he was like, "You're not a very good reporter."
Yeah.
He's like,
Oh,
"You're
yeah,
doing
yeah.
a terrible job,
Yeah.
but at least you're keeping her safe."
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
he's like, "You're doing a horrible job."
You're not doing it. You're not doing a very good job.
So it's kind of crazy the way they trap her too, with all those cables across the walls.
Yeah.
You know what
Are
I mean?
we? Is that before or after the elevator scene?
That's before.
Okay.
Oh, that's before?
Yeah.
That's before because they use that same device, the EMP device.
Okay, well,
to
hold
kind of fry it.
on. Let's not get there yet because that part's dope.
Yeah.
So so they trap her with the wires. They
Yeah,
send
yeah.
out all these wires through the walls and trap the android. So she's pinned with probably about a good like 100 wires.
At least,
right
yeah.
on her front and back, and then they're electrified as well.
Yeah.
And so they end up actually making her pass out. And so of course the soldiers start celebrating. They're
Oh,
like,
of course.
hey,
Yeah,
we got
we
it.
did it.
At one point, before they set off the electrocution, one soldier actually went out. He's like, yeah, we did it. And somebody pulled his ass back.
Yeah,
dude.
They're
It's
like,
like, it
yeah.
ain't done yet.
you know? And so then they zap the thing. It passes out. And then everybody's celebrating victory. And
And I was
Sybil's
thinking
like,
the whole time, I'm like, but she got laser eyes.
I know,
think
right?
we-
I was like, what? Have y'all forgotten the loadout?
Yeah.
And so Sybil's just like, are y'all sure this is okay? Are you sure we're safe? And there's like, oh, carry on. Okay, now let's apprehend the robot, whatever the fuck. Motherfucker comes right back to life and starts fucking him up, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Just starts fucking him up, fucking him for free. So 86 soldiers.
86
Yes.
soldiers, and now it's just Ferris, Sybil, and the android in the elevator, and the only thing keeping the android at bay is that EMP device.
Which that scene, real
that
quick,
entire scene,
it reminds me of Metal Gear Solid 1 in the hallway scene with Cyborg Ninja.
Oh,
Huh.
yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
Very similar.
Yeah.
Yes, but I mean, but it's crazy because the android's just like this. The whole
Yeah,
time, circling
yeah.
around trying to get to Ferris. Ferris is behind. If Scott is
Yeah,
Sybil, Ferris is behind Sybil,
Sybil, and they just keep like
just
moving
rotating around.
Yeah.
And so she's got the EMP thing just pushing the android back,
Yep.
over
the whole
and over and
time.
over.
Yeah.
But the android
trying
gets
to
knocked
ride
back,
out the elevator.
but then
yeah.
still tries to get around her to get to. That scene was so tense.
Dude,
It was so tense,
dude.
man. I mean, because they are right there. Now, at one point, it did get kind of weird. Like, they were trying to get too cinematic with it.
Where
the
walks
robot was actually
around.
behind
Oh,
her
Yeah,
and
that was
everything.
a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
weird.
Yeah, and
I didn't know
I
how
saw
to
the
feel about
reason. I know what they were going for, but
it looked good.
It was for
it looked
framing.
cool.
It did
Yeah.
look
Yeah,
cool.
right. It's just, I think it was like probably more like that's how she felt.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Then it was like because it couldn't have been
More
the truth.
emotional
Yeah,
than
Because she
logic.
has
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah,
right,
I feel
and
it,
so
yeah. That makes
I
sense.
forgave it. At first, I'm like, that didn't make any sense, but then I was like, well, due to the tension of the situation,
That's probably
that would
how
just
it
be
feels.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they end up getting off the elevator. They were able to escape the elevator, but and M66 is still like right on their tail.
Yeah.
They're trying to get to the roof so the military can send
An extraction
an
unit.
extraction unit
Yeah.
to get them.
It's always the case.
Every time, man.
They
It's
end up.
What is he trying to do? Exfil, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Like so the android loses an arm, but is able to use that arm to blow the fucker up. Like they just
That poor building.
the end of Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
It's like that. Yeah, and of course other bombs get dropped and grenades get used or whatever. Sybil uses a few to try to get the thing,
Once again, she's got an arsenal, bro.
and it's
Yeah.
crumbling.
Yeah, because
It's
she's got this.
crumbling.
She's got a case that has all these grenades hanging on cords.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
and she
stuff-
drops all of those because she's like up on the roof. They are backed up, back to the wall.
Look at this
And-
dumb shit I put together.
Yeah, and so right. And so she drops those grenades on the android floor beneath them.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And it blows up. Of course, doesn't really do much. And I'm sitting here like, structurally, if you're gonna blow stuff up,
Don't be in that building.
you don't want to be right
No.
above it.
Right.
You
No,
know,
no, no,
that's
no.
a bad place
Uh-uh.
to be.
And at that point, it's like they didn't really have much of a choice.
Right.
I mean,
And
where
so
are they gonna go?
She sets those things off, and then promptly finds a machine gun.
And starts going off.
It was great. So
and
the
it's
android's coming.
touching that android, but it ain't doing that
It
much.
ain't
really
doing
good.
nothing. These are face shots.
Well,
sir.
I love how
Just-
Ferris.
It's good.
Ferris actually
Yeah.
grabs a gun.
Uh-huh.
And is like she's gonna do anything.
Yeah,
about
really,
it, and
yeah.
then immediately loses.
And at this point, the
Fucking
building is
useless.
fucking destroyed.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
crumbling underneath
And
their
so
feet.
so she's got Sybil has one last trick. She faces the container that she's been using with
the
her box of
grenade
tricks.
box.
Straight towards the android as it's moving towards them. And she's like, okay, stay behind me. Now they're on the roof of the building, on the edge of this destroyed building. And she's like, well, maybe we'll survive this blast.
And she's got a camera rolling
the whole time. She's got a camera. And she looks at the trap that she set, and there was a rock that was lodged in right behind the.
That sucked.
Yeah, right behind the detonation.
Oh, no,
and she's like,
oh no, I got it. And then it falls.
She's like, fuck, we're dead. She's like, all because of one little rock. I can't believe it. And then the thing falls over, of course, and then detonates.
Yeah.
And it throws the android off the building.
Over their heads.
I guess that thing's like a Omega Claymore or some shit.
I guess,
like,
man.
fuck me,
And
dude.
the whole time this is all happening, the military has sent their extraction craft or whatever, and they can't find a good way to like set down or find a good way to get them. So Sybil and Ferris are on this one pillar that's just barely hanging on, and then it just crumbles and they start to fall. But luckily, the guy, one of the military guys had a basket. Just so happened to be in the right spot to catch them. This is another thing that I liked about the dub, or that I liked about the sub. Here's another difference. So when he's talking to him in the basket, it's just like, heads we go to the left, tails we go to the right, and you and then you would have been on your tail. So basically, it's just I flipped a coin to try to figure out where you would fall. Luckily, you fell right. But in the sub, instead of saying that, he says he checks both Ferris and Sybil out. Is just like, I should have used a smaller basket. That's a good joke. Wow. I laughed a good bit. I was like, that's God. And that's
the military comes and they break apart the android. Ferris is reunited with Granddad. Because the whole time Granddad's just like, holy shit, y'all really gonna
he's flipping out.
Yeah, he's like, y'all really gonna let this thing kill my granddaughter? But then he's also at the same time evaluating the whole situation, just like, God, I mean there are flaws in the design here.
Right, that's the funny.
Okay, well, I mean, God, this thing is really efficient.
He's admiring his work.
While also being incredibly distraught that he honestly probably just killed his granddaughter.
But I mean, they did let it slip that the military ended up putting activation codes like they ended up activating them. It was it was some kind of test. It made the major
uploaded
seem like
software to them that they weren't supposed
to. Because they weren't ready yet.
Yeah.
Right, and he was like, there was a whole bunch of flaws in the design, but y'all activated them, and now they're going after
the other
mine.
scientist, the like shorter dude.
Yeah. Right, and so they
Quasimodo. That is what they call.
They end up, getting Ferris and Sybil, and of course Sybil is arrested. And when they land, Ferris is like, "Oh my God, we made it! This is great." Sybil's like, "For me, the nightmare is really just started.
It's just begun.
I'm
still in danger.
Yeah, this is the bad shit.
Because I'm not supposed to know about any
of this. And so they end up, taking her and trying to arrest her. And Sybil's like, get your hands off her. What are you doing? She tried to save me. She saved me. Like, is that not cool?
She's like,
nobody,
Granddad, do something.
He's like, well, there's protocols.
I
can't do anything.
I can't do anything
tied,
Another thing about this.
He didn't even try. He's just like,
So when she's like, Granddad, do something, and it's like, well, I can't do anything. It's out of my hands. We'll do something about doing something.
Well, that's good. That's good. And so, and it's funny because
thinking about it.
Oh God, I hate.
It's not scientific.
Let's talk about talking about something.
Right.
Anyway, and so the Major walks up, and he's sitting there looking at the girls and everything, and overhears how
the situation,
right, and overhears, and they're ready to incarcerate Sybil, but he's like, let her go.
Let her go.
Yeah.
She
saved her
she
life,
saved her, and she's probably the reason that we were able to actually apprehend the android.
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah. So he just lets her go, which is interesting because he never actually says why. He just says let her go. Then
Right.
somebody distracts him with another situation, so he goes the other direction, and then that's just what it
I
is.
feel like
and
in the epilogue where you're back in Sybil's apartment,
Yeah.
and it's her inner monologue. She says something to the
It's
effect
like, I don't know
of, she's
why,
like, I don't
but-
really know why. But it essentially, as long as I edited out all the footage of the android itself.
well, they took
yeah.
all the footage
They
from
took
her.
all of
What
it,
she
yeah.
said was, she was like, maybe they
They say, give me them Betamaxes.
Well, what they told everyone is that it was a terrorist attack from the north.
Yeah.
And so she was like, maybe they would just assume that, people from the north were responsible for everything, and even if I were to tell them something different, they wouldn't believe me, whatever. So
Right,
they were
so
not at
whatever.
risk. They're like, hey, everybody already knows about all this shit, so it really just doesn't matter. And so she's back at her place. She's like, that really sucks because I had that scoop. It could have gone to the midnight news, and I could have made a lot of money. And then it shows up on the midnight news, and the whole thing, like, they have footage of the androids. They have all this data about what actually happened, and it was all being told by Leaky.
Yup.
Leaky was the one. He was like, I just went out there to get the scoop. I just had to be
I just had to
brave.
be
We got
brave.
Wiki
it's
Leaky
like,
over here.
And then at the end of it, he's just like, oh, Sybil.
Oh
And
yeah,
at
yeah,
first I
because
thought-
there was a scene that they didn't cut out of him passed out in the truck, being fucking useless.
Yeah, and so that was absolutely hilarious.
It was great.
And actually, I thought, because that's where the credits roll, and it shows you that Sybil is back out there reporting.
Oh, yeah,
she
yeah,
runs
totally.
out into there's
Yeah.
like a
There's
shootout
a
with all these
hostage
cops.
Situation.
Yeah.
She runs and sits right next to the
Uh-huh.
cops.
There are
and
cops
just,
out there with
like,
their guns
points,
out.
starts screaming at
Yeah.
the dude,
Yeah,
and
with
the
the
dude
camera.
freaks out.
Yeah, dude. And so she's still on the scene. I thought when I first saw that she was going for Leaky.
Oh.
At first, I'm like, oh, she's about to go whoop Leaky's ass.
No, she don't care.
Yeah.
She don't care.
Yeah.
As long as
It was a very realistic ending. She just kept on going about her reporting.
that's
and
right, because
Yeah.
that's what she lives for, man.
That's it.
That's great.
Give me
Also,
scoop.
we got to give it props. This is a 40-minute.
47
It's
minutes.
very lean,
Yeah.
very
47.
tight.
It's tight.
Uh-huh.
The pacing's
fucking
fucking great.
moves.
The
man.
movie it starts
And it wraps
just
up.
goes and it finishes. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, here's the situation.
It
There-
doesn't
no
try to
twists,
overcomplicate
no.
anything.
Mm-mm.
It just is a fun little action bone cruncher. You know.
And
a
I
lot
think
of people die.
And I think anything that you really want to criticize about this movie is a lot more chalked up to just when it was released,
Right.
Rather than
Well,
an
I
actual
don't think
problem.
it looks all that great.
No, but
If
think
you
there
saw
are
this
certain-
movie in '87,
that's my
you would've
point. If
thought
you saw this in
differently.
'87, like I understand.
know, man. I
understand.
still
It
that
looks
feel
better
somebody-
than Thundercats,
Dude,
and Thundercats
yeah.
look lit.
Yeah,
I
like,
mean,
like
true.
really.
I mean, I would have, but knowing, like, having seen a lot from that era, and then after, it doesn't look
this
as
is-
good
this
as
is
a
when-
lot
this
of
is when
things.
anime-
No, this is standard.
This is
This
when
is standard.
anime was really first being introduced to a Western audience, man. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I get that.
So it's
You
not
know-
it's not bad looking.
No, it doesn't
No,
look
it
bad.
looks-
I
it
just-
looks
it doesn't look
really
as
good, actually.
Yeah, it doesn't look as good as other things that were coming out around that same
But I
time.
bet that was
Not
a fairly
it-
low budget production
True,
too.
true.
You know?
Absolutely.
I probably had as much of a budget as something like Ninja Scroll.
Maybe.
You know, they
Maybe.
just use those assets in different directions.
I guess
you know, like,
more me saying also that it's only a 45-minute flick. Too.
That's true.
Like
Sure.
that.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
that helps.
Yeah.
You know.
yeah.
So they probably came in fairly cheap on this one.
Right, because
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, man, a lot of their sound design
That
was
was
like
fucking
really,
solid.
really good.
The music and the
Absolutely.
sound design is great.
It's
Hell
really,
yeah.
really
Yeah.
good, man.
Dude,
I
that
was,
ending theme is what
Yeah.
got me listening to fucking City Pop last night,
Oh.
man.
I was
just
wondering what happened. You rabbit holed.
yeah, I was like, this shit swings.
That's some good shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
No, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was solid, man.
I'm glad, and I wanted to end anime on a classic.
Yeah.
And preferably a lesser known classic, because it
Yeah.
feels like this one's kind of fallen through the cracks in a lot
I
of ways.
well, I think it gets overshadowed by like Appleseed.
Yeah.
and
you
Ghost
know,
in the
and
Shell,
Ghost in the
and stuff
Shell,
like that.
and yeah.
Well, I didn't know about this one, and I mean, I think this is, I guess
But
the
it
only.
seems familiar, right?
Right,
Like
right.
you've never
Yeah.
seen it,
Yeah.
but you've seen it.
I'm
You-
right at
you
home
felt it.
here.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah, and but this I think is the only one that I didn't know about Shiro's work.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'm very glad that we watched it.
It's earlier, and it's a less complicated story.
Less complicated. It's not complicated at all.
Yeah,
it's
not.
not. Dude. I mean,
robots escape,
right.
run for your life.
Yeah,
but he still does his military jargon like he likes to do.
Yeah,
'cause he fucking loves that shit.
Yeah. Well, it's really weird with like Shira's writing, and like he will hyper focus on certain details,
like,
but then
military
other
jargon.
things like story.
Yeah,
He's
no,
just
he's like whatever.
fuck it.
Yeah,
as long as it lets me do cool shit and talk about the cool shit that I care about.
Right. The story is just a
Right.
vehicle to get me to my
Exactly.
conclusion.
It's just a frame.
yeah, because I think with him, the world building and the
technology
is more important than the beat by beat narrative. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this one's solid.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's hard not to recommend if you like
and
science
it's
fiction.
really
anime.
easy just to fucking put on and
To just
watch.
put
I
on.
mean,
Yeah.
like, because again, man, this morning, 3 times.
Yeah,
I mean, it does.
Immediately.
It moves at a breakneck pace. It just goes.
Yeah.
You know, like you're never waiting for something to happen.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
the whole time it's just dire straits. And I mean, I think the slowest point is at the very beginning.
Right.
But you have comedy to take you straight into the
Yeah.
terror.
Yeah,
You know?
I love that one dude. He's just like, I hear that that some of these robots have 6 limbs, and then the major's just like, man, get him out of here. I'm trying to work here. Love it. There's a lot of charm in this.
Yeah,
A lot of
absolutely.
charm in this.
Yeah, it's cool.
So, well, yeah. Anything else?
Robot designs are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're really
I
really
love
good.
that death animation for the male one. Like
Yeah.
that whole sequence was fucking great.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. And then, I mean, really, it did kind of set itself up for a potential sequel because
Right.
they didn't destroy the female.
Yeah.
They just like took her apart, and they're like, okay, we're
Yeah,
gonna
and
get
you
this
have
back to
one
base and
last,
work on it.
one last little scare where they have the android and it sits up real
Uh-huh.
quick, and Ferris like squeezes the fuck out of her granddad.
Right.
And all that anybody had to do was get close enough to this thing to poke it in the forehead.
Right.
That was the last.
Well,
little
you have to hit something in the
Well,
back of the
yeah.
neck, and then you have to poke it in the forehead.
right,
And that's it.
Right.
but
Off.
that's it. But then off.
Right. And I love how, like, okay, here's some things that we didn't address.
Okay.
I love how it's all about people who don't know how to do shit and they're reading manuals. That's how they shut the machine down. He just has the manual. He's reading. Like, okay, find 2 red hairs.
Two
find
the
a
2
hair.
red
There are 2 right
hairs.
here. Okay,
Right.
cool. Now hit the switch. Now just poke it in the forehead. Okay, cool. The same way with, and this is why I say this is the tale of young Faye Valentine. When she gets that ship.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she gets that red ship that's very much like Faye's actual
Yeah,
ship,
and she's reading the manual
she
while
doesn't know how to
she's
do this
flying.
shit. Yeah, dude, she just hijacks the ship and starts reading the manual, flying in that motherfucker, and somehow managing to navigate through a city. You know, like
That's
I was
dumb
like,
luck.
yeah, right.
That's dumb luck is what that is.
That's plot armor. That is called plot armor.
Called plot armor.
know?
She can't die now because she's got to get to that building.
And I mean, I'm telling you, she's like going through like bridges and shit. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
yeah.
Barely missing people on the street.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But I feel like it was very human in that moment where it's just like these people aren't like, they're not trained professionals. They're not badasses. They're
Right.
just, victims of circumstance.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, we're going to rise to the occasion.
And
I
I
don't care.
think that's indicative of a lot of Shiro's work. Like, it's like we were talking about the humor aspect, the difference between like the Ghost in the Shell films or even the Ghost in the Shell series, and then what the original manga's like. The original manga has a lot of that flair, where like the Major isn't as plot armor, unstoppable. She's kind of a fuck up.
Right.
Yeah.
And that aspect of humanity that he brings to these people is fucking great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Facts.
you're right. There's too many characters in a lot of things that are just perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
They make the perfect decision all the time, and they know exactly where they're supposed to go, and all this kind of stuff. Instead of people just bumbling through a scene.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
It's
and
just
that's
like,
basically
oh,
what
shit,
Sybil
run.
does the whole
Right.
fucking time,
Right.
whole movie.
Uh-huh.
She just
Uh-huh.
happens to be in
Right.
that spot. You
Right.
know? The thing that needed to happen for her to survive
Right.
just happened to happen.
Right.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like
So-
it's like it's part of the reason why I'm a big Spider-Man fan. Is I like that falling backwards into the
Failing upwards.
Failing
Failing
upwards.
upwards,
That's a good way to put it. Yes,
Yes.
failing upwards. I love that kind of
Yeah.
character.
Right. Yeah, me too. Me too. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's it.
I mean, yeah. This,
Highly recommend
I'm
people check
surprised.
this out.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised that we were able to have a conversation that long about it. You know, because
It's- yeah.
Really not a
watching
lot.
it through 45 minutes, I'm like, ooh, this conversation might be short. Glad we got a lot of news. Cause, But, I mean, there's really a lot to extrapolate when you really think about
when
it.
you
It's
when you go
packed.
back.
Yeah,
like
it
I
is.
feel like a lot of the story is told in the background.
yeah,
right.
and they do the show don't
Facts.
tell a lot of the time. You know,
Yeah.
where
Right.
they don't
Yeah,
have to
especially
explain
es-
it to you because
especially
you see
in
it.
the sub.
Yeah.
Especially in the sub because
It's
they're-
even
again,
less
you're
dialogue,
not
right?
hearing.
They're like, our
Yeah.
viewers are not idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you can see, right? So there you go. 45 minutes, bitch.
That's right.
But highly recommended.
Took
Yes.
us 2 hours and 48 minutes.
Black
to talk about
Magic
45 minutes of-
M66, absolutely worth your time, and it won't take much of it.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely. not.
Oh, anyways, guys, anything else? Yeah.
No.
Come
We're
back.
Good.
Come back next week.
Hit that bell.
Thank you guys for joining us.
We
Thank
might
you
might
for
play
being
some
in the
games
chat.
tonight. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Thank you,
Might play some
Zaylin,
games.
for the follow, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the
Absolutely.
follow and for the sub.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yes.
Guys, if you don't know, we have the subscription set up now, so check that out. Give us a sub.
Absolutely.
It
We
helps
growing
out the
up.
channel. Actually, like, share, subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and anywhere else you like to listen to your podcast. So join us back here next week. It won't be anime. Sad.
Damn it! Do we have to do the Batman?
That's fucking
Fuck!
right. We gotta do the Batman.
Now we have
Alright.
to do the Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Now we just got to do it.
Gotta do the Batman.
Aren't you glad you had a short, sweet one this week?
Yeah, right. Oh God, damn it! It's been like anyway.
So I guess we're doing.
See you
Batman
next week.
next.
We'll be
See you
talking about
next
the
week.
bat, and yeah, this is gonna be great.
Oh, five
Thank you
head.
guys so much. We'll
Thank
see
you. We
next
love
week.
you.
Goodbye.
Bye.